Yo, what's good? Saying what up? Just waiting for Raka to get here. Talk about some Redman. So, Reg, what's good, bro? You can always join if you got time. We're gonna rank every Redman album and stuff. That shit is wrong. That shit is wrong. Raka,
Yeah, what up, Trap Burrows?
it's good.
Yeah, I gotta get off Twitter, man.
What's
'Cause ever
good? What's
since,
good?
can you hear me?
What's good? What's good, bro? How you doing? Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, oh yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I gotta get off Twitter, man, because like ever since Donald Trump's
Uh-oh.
ever since Donald Trump has been arraigned,
Oh, yeah.
and I've been seeing a lot of things that's been kind of pissing me off. Like I just been like sometimes I get back and I go in the back and forth with trolls, especially
Uh-huh.
uh, people that support Donald Trump
Right.
and MAGA people. So I had to pull myself back from engaging too much, because
Yeah.
I mean, not to go too deep into
It's all good.
politics,
Mm-hmm.
but I really cannot stand Donald Trump.
I
I
know.
cannot stand his supporters and people
Uh,
that think like him. And whenever I see people spreading disinformation deliberately, I can't help but, you know, in my mind, try to uh, uh, correct them, but knowing that they're deliberately trying to be provocative, and that's why I got to remind myself, like, why are you even letting these people bother you like that?
right.
But other than that, man, I'm hyped. I'm so excited
Oh yeah.
for the release for the announcement of the deluxe edition of Prince's classic album Diamonds and Pearls.
Mm-hmm.
If you read my timeline, man, I just been uh, tweeting everything
Yeah.
Prince related.
I saw that this morning. It's like it's gonna be 7 CDs.
Yeah,
Super a super
yeah.
deluxe edition, and supposedly there's like the tour of what is it? I forgot the name of the tour that he Love Sexy tour.
No, the Diamonds and Pearls tour.
That was the pro tour.
Yeah, so yeah, like the 7 CDs, and then there's a Blu-ray of the concert he did at his own nightclub called Glam Slam.
Right. That was him. That was the club he had in Miami.
Yeah, he had several
Okay.
clubs uh, in called Glam Slam. He had
Right.
one in New York, L.A., Minnesota, and Florida.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Um.
there's another Blu-ray of a sound check that he did with his band ahead of a gig that he did called the Special Olympics in 1991 at the Metrodome, and that gig it was a
Right.
fundraiser for people with uh, learning disabilities, and people that are disabled in ways that you and I aren't. And I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it's the only thing that was a downer was the price. You know, like you could book a flight to Minnesota that's way cheaper than what they're charging for this box set. But then I'm like, you know what? For the value that you get with the box set, I'm
I
like
I
47
I get it.
unreleased songs.
I was having this conversation earlier with a homie, and I'm like, I love Prince, but the the state is those deluxe editions are expensive. You know what I'm saying? And some of those albums, especially like the ones in the latter part of the '90s, I don't need the deluxe edition for the Come album or the Black album. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool with the OG edition, and that's fine with me. Like in Chaos and Disorder, a lot of people don't care for that album. I thought it was okay, but I don't need the super deluxe edition for that. Yeah, and I'm telling homie, I'm telling Reg, salute to Reg. I'm telling him like, yo, at this point, every album that Prince has, they're gonna release a super deluxe. So if you got the OG for 1999, there's a deluxe for that. If you got the OG for Purple Rain, there's a OG, there's a deluxe for that. They're gonna release every super deluxe of all his albums. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it kind of devalues the OG edition.
Um, I actually disagree, only because the the deluxe edition of these albums they're made posthumously. You know, like when like the original, like say the original pressing of the Diamonds and Pearls album on CD
Hmm.
and cassette, I
Right.
think will hold more value because um, those albums, those copies were pressed at a time when it was when they were shipped
Right.
uh, at the time of release.
But I mean, but okay, like Purple Rain OG copy has 9 songs, right? They
Yeah.
release a special edition. Let's say people like myself that grew up in '84 when that album came out with the movie, and we want to remember Purple Rain with just 9 songs, and then you hear the deluxe edition, it's like a whole ton of unreleased. It to me, it's not the same album.
Well, like say like if somebody has the original pressing of Purple Rain on vinyl, you don't think that would have more value than the 180 gram vinyl copy of Purple Rain
No,
with.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because well, he was accustomed to making albums and scrapping them, right? So all of these deluxe editions that come out now, and they got unreleased songs. Those are like the unreleased songs from, I'm assuming, from a lot of those album sessions.
Yeah, I mean, there's a caveat though. For example, um, when Purple Rain was reissued, it was remastered by Joshua Welton, who was Prince's engineer and producer near the end of his life. But that remaster, it sounded terrible.
Okay.
You know, like there's songs where there's uh, gaps, gaps of silence in the songs, and it was brick walled. The the sound of the sound of the sonic quality, it was very compressed. So to me, I think that Purple Rain remaster, I don't think it did anything to pique the interest of those that are interested in Purple Rain, the album. I think you would be better off buying, seeking uh, Purple Rain on CD as
Right.
it was pressed when it first went to CD.
Right.
So as far as Diamonds and Pearls, um, the controversial aspect is that this is the album where he incorporated a lot of rap in
Hmm.
his work.
Yeah.
So the outtakes, if the outtakes have 20% contributions from Tony M, I think that could, rub people the wrong way. So people may want to just stick to the original Diamonds and
Yeah.
Pearls as it was released without any remixes or outtakes.
That's I've always said I'm not a fan of reissues, especially now in this era when it comes to the vinyl and they repressing a lot of the classic albums on colored vinyl. The colored vinyl don't change a thing. If this album was shitty, it's still a shitty colored vinyl album. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
see like it's like they suddenly when they put an album on purple swirl vinyl, it all of a sudden it's a classic album. I'm like that album is still shit. I'm not gonna buy it because it was on colored vinyl. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a fan of reissues in general. I might have like maybe one reissue in my whole entire collection. I don't buy reissues. I love the OG copies. But like today I was seeing there was a female online and she has her own radio show and she's holding up the album for Ben from Michael Jackson. I'm like, and she's not. Maybe she didn't know that it's the reissue that she's holding up because the reissue has the without the they took out the rats off of the album cover. So she might
Hmm.
not even know. I had to tell her like that's the reissue you're holding up. That's not even the OG copy with the rats on the album cover with Michael. But I'm not a fan of reissues. I don't care for reissues unless they serve a purpose where in this case with Prince's collection, you're getting like outtakes and unreleased tracks, and I'm interested in hearing those unreleased songs from certain Prince albums. But I don't need every Prince album reissued, especially like I said the latter '90s and the 2000s stuff. I didn't those some of those albums wasn't good. I don't need a reissue for 3121.
I agree with you. I do think that reissues of older albums from the 70s and 80s would be more attractive
Hmm.
because the way that those albums were engineered, the technology was different.
Right,
So the recording hardware that was available when Prince made Dirty Mind, Controversy, 1999. You know, uh, that technology is now outdated,
right,
and some of that recording technology, when it was engineered, it when you listen to it now, it sounds different. It doesn't sound as good as it can sound. So I think by remastering with today's software, it can bring out certain elements in the music that may have been buried in the mix back then, now sound
right.
more prominent now because of Pro Tools or Logic.
Facts.
But I do agree. I think albums like Rainbow Children are perfect. Like
Right,
there's no need to remaster Rainbow Children or Musicology because when those albums were released, the technology the technology that made those uh, records possible is still in use now. Like
yeah,
in the 70s, 80s, and even 90s, a lot of that, a lot of the software is now obsolete.
right,
So if you want to hear the music by today's standards, I have no problem with them remastering it, um, as long as there's value for what they charge. For example, like I don't, I really don't under, I really, let me rephrase it. I'm sure there's somebody that will find it attractive to buy the uh, the, the vinyl box set that comes with 12 LPs for $350. For
hmm
me, I think that's way too expensive. Number
way
one,
too
I think
expensive.
it's not only is it too expensive, I don't think it's necessary uh, for a vinyl box set of a deluxe edition to even exist.
Right,
Not when you have the CD box set. That's enough for me.
yeah, I agree. And
But maybe
I have the OG copy for Diamonds and Pearls. It was good. I don't like I said, I don't know if I need a super deluxe for that album though.
And I remember Michael Bland, the drummer. He said when he was asked about what was in the vault, he gave a sobering answer. He said a lot of the songs that are in the vault, they're just different versions of the same song in different stages of their making.
Right.
So you may have like five different versions of the same song that was in the demo phase, then went to pre-production phase, and then to maybe rehearsing it with a band. And
Right.
so so I don't believe I have no reason to think that Michael Bland is off base. I think a lot of times when people think 47 unreleased songs, they think 47 uh, new songs that are totally new compositions.
Right.
I don't believe that at all. I think out of 47, there might be like 20 new songs that we haven't heard, that the public hasn't heard of.
I have I
And
have I have one. No, I have actually have two remasters that I have. I have the Chronic remastered, but I had the OG on cassette back in the day, and I have the Illmatic remastered with the double the bonus CD with the terrible remixes that they had on there. Um, I didn't like none of those remixes on that bonus CD. They never put they should have put the Lost Professor remix for It Ain't Hard to Tell. That was on the cassette single. That's
yeah,
not on there, and they should have put the Q-Tip remix for um The World Is Yours, and that's not on the album. They put some other Fugazi remixes on there, but that remaster was good because I remember having the OG Illmatic on cassette, and the the Life's a Bitch. That song on the OG copy was horrible. Like if you remember the OG version for that, the bass was way too loud, and
hmm
it was like drowning out the vocals from Nas and Az. And when you listen to the remastered version, it sounds clear. It sounds great, and it didn't sound like that on the OG copy.
I have the CD, but the problem is like the CD is cracked. I never like I never got around to buying another copy
Yeah,
because I've heard Illmatic so many times.
right.
Like for me, I just look like whenever I go through my stack of tapes and CDs, like I'll peruse like the liner notes and the cover
Mm,
art,
yeah,
and that's enough for me.
right.
Like uh, like uh, the reissue of Illmatic.
Hmm.
I, I'm interested in hearing what it sounds like. I'm gonna go check it out. I didn't even know, but there was a remaster of Illmatic.
Yeah, it was released like back in the 2000s. Yeah, 'cause I got that like I want to say like 2008, 2007.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it has like the same cover, but um, it's in black and white. And then like they added a bonus CD, and they added like some remixes and the what's the other joint? There was a the B side joint on the real, the one that Molly Mall did for him. That's on there.
Was it the understanding?
Nah, the on the real song with I think Molly Mall produced that for him on the real.
Okay.
That joint, and I think the Star Wars joint was on there. But other than those two songs, the remixes were trash. I didn't like none of those remixes. Salute,
The
Mark was good. My bad. But yeah,
I when you do you let me ask you a question. Why do you think they reissued Illmatic? 14 years after its release.
I don't know. Maybe because like people was probably complaining about the sound of it. Like if you had the OG tape, I mean, at least for me, like I could tell the sound wasn't crisp on all the songs, but especially on Life's a Bitch, like the bass was terrible. Whoever mixed that down and mastered it should have been fired. But it sounded a lot better on the remastered version. But I don't know. I mean, is this something that they do, right? Like every couple of years they remaster albums.
It like you said, it came that reissue came out in '07.
Yeah. Like I wanted, well, I bought it like '07, '08. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it came out like in the 2000s. I don't know the exact year though.
Okay, because I was going to say I believe that they reissued Illmatic once Nas left Columbia for
Oh,
Def
Columbia.
Jam.
Okay.
So in order to take, in order to um, maximize Nas's um, equity in the marketplace, I guess they figured, you know, he don't left for Def Jam. Let's try to, put out Illmatic as a reissue, and let's go for a cash grab. Because if that's the case, why didn't they reissue Illmatic when he was on the
That
label?
could been it too. I think yeah, that could have been it too. But remember, it wasn't selling when it first came out. It didn't go platinum when it first came out. You know, it was revered as a hip hop
Yeah,
classic. It wasn't. It's not like he made money off of that album, which is why he changed his sound and went to it was written.
yeah. I think what distinguishes Illmatic from any other rap album that came before or after was that Illmatic is an album of incredible depth and quality, musically and lyrically,
Right.
but it did not sell at all.
Nope.
But it gained greater acclaim with other people in the culture, primarily with writers, with
Hmm.
journalists, with other uh, MCs, um, DJs. So it's probably the album that is most analogous with Love Supreme by John Coltrane. Like it's like a standard bearer for their respective genres.
Right.
So you're probably right. If Illmatic didn't it did not sell at all in '94. So there's no point of reissuing it. When Nas was on the label, especially when
No, but I mean, for me, I want just as a listener, I wanted a reissue because I remember having the tape and some of those songs didn't sound clear like they do now on the remaster.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you look at the Wu solo albums, right? The first wave when they first dropped, and RZA admitted this. Like a lot of those, he had a lot of mistakes that he left into the album. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the bass was off, especially the ODB album. That was mixed horribly. That's set. They need a reissue for that ODB album if they don't have one yet, but I believe they do. But the OG copy for that, the mastering was terrible. There's a lot of songs like the treble was off, the bass was off. You know, the Cuban Link album, he admitted that there was mistakes left in the album for that, and you know what I'm saying. But I think people
yeah,
want those are more coveted because that they have the mistakes left in. You know, to me, they're all classics. The first wave of those albums. You know what I mean? So then, when you get like the remastered version now of like Cuban Link or Iron Man, yeah, I don't think the value is that high compared to having the OG copies with the mistakes left in them.
yeah. I think the imperfections that was left in the album is what makes it so coveted by the listener.
Right.
Because when RZA was probably when RZA was making those beats and he was engineering those sessions, I believe like I would like to ask him, like, did he feel that he had to make a deadline, like there's a demand for this product and we have to rush this to market and get it out on the streets as quickly as possible, and
Right.
we don't got time to go over every uh, go over every track, to make sure that the multi-tracking on these songs are deliberate, that you can hear every kick, every snare, every ad lib. Like
Right.
maybe like I would love to ask him, like, did he feel under the gun, because it does happen. Like even Dre said on when making Doggy Style for Snoop that Interscope was putting the squeeze on him to finish Doggy Style as quickly as possible because the Chronic was selling so much.
Right.
Interscope wanted to release Doggy Style so that the general public could buy Doggy Style while the Chronic was still on the charts.
That's crazy. And he gave us a masterpiece. So
Yeah, it's man, that's why those records are so revered and coveted, man. Because
mm,
like the music industry was totally different. The 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 idioms that music was sold was on cassette, CD, and vinyl, man.
yeah,
Like in the age of streaming, man, it just seems like a outdated notion of actually sequencing songs to make so the listener will have a good experience with the album. It's now I could go about this all day,
right.
man.
It's all good. We don't got all day. We got to get to a ranking here. Reg, what's
Yeah, no
good, bro?
doubt.
Hey, what's
Reg,
up?
you there? What's good? Yes, I got. We
What's up with
doing. We
y'all?
doing. I had to do this. I'm like, yo, because I had this in mind for months ago. I just never got around to doing it. I'm like, this is the perfect time to do it. We are talking about Reggie Noble, aka Redman, Funk Dr. Spock, all of his albums. There's been great debate over the years about what is Redman's best album. Okay, people say Muddy Waters. I love Muddy Waters. Some people would say his first album. People say that's the name. But we're gonna get to it. And I wanted to have Raka Bash on here because he's great. And I want to do more stuff with Raka as well because he's a great historian. He knows a lot of the knowledge as well. And Reg is here. So, and I want Reg to get to his ranking because he said he might not be available to be around. So Reg, get to your ranking. How are you ranking the first album? Like where are you putting this album at? Where are you putting this album? Where's this rank for you?
That's a 5 out of 5.
Definitely. For me, definitely. So you ranking this. This is what this is what you're on your ranking list. So this is at number 5 for you.
Yep, 5 mics. Yep.
Okay. How you
I feel like
ranking?
that.
How you ranking the second album? How you ranking? There's a Dark Side.
I'm gonna give that one. I'm gonna be
I
fair.
know
I'm
you're
gonna give
giving it
that one a
five
three out
mics.
of
Don't
five.
try to front it and don't try to front now and talk about, oh, I don't know. This is a 5 mics for you. This always been 5 mics for you.
Actually, no, it has not always been
No,
five
it's
mics for
not
me.
five.
Believe it or not.
Wasn't you the one that said that this was a classic album? You didn't say this was a
You
classic
said
album.
what? I said it was a
Wasn't
cult
you the one that
classic.
said no? I do not believe that though. You feel like it was a classic album though. But when we get to my ranking, I'm gonna tell you why I don't feel like it's a classic. But you always said this was 5 mics to you.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not putting it on the same classic length as what the album of Muddy Waters do, but I feel like it's good in its own right.
Okay, how are you ranking Muddy Waters?
5 out of 5.
That's your best. That's your best one.
Yep.
How you
Muddy
ranking
Waters
Doctor?
is
Where's
just
Doctor name going on your list? How you ranking this one?
that's a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay, where you ranking Malpractice?
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5, really?
That grew on me in recent years, believe it or not. That used to be my least favorite Redman album,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
remember.
gonna get into that in a minute.
Okay. Where you ranking Red Gone Wild?
Whew, that might be a 3 out of 5.
Okay. The
Now we
Reggie
really
album.
getting into shaky.
The Reggie
You
album.
said Reggie?
Yes.
2 out of 5.
Where you ranking this?
1 out of 5.
One out. This is not a 1 out of 5 album, bro.
Yes,
You are bugging.
bah.
This is not a
You
1 out of the Death Row.
okay? Okay, okay.
Hold up, the Death
If you
Squad album.
can,
You think is one
if
out of five?
yes, I did. I only like 2 songs from that shit.
You are bugging.
I
You
had
are
a lot
bugging.
of
You got
issues.
bangers on here.
There's a Dark Side is better than El Nino. Let's be real.
Wow.
Let's be real.
A blasphemy I'm hearing.
Can we like I say, if we talked about this, the Rappers Delight cover, and that what's that one joint? What that one joint? Full Cooperation or whatever. That was only my favorite tracks. Everything else was just trash.
Okay. Where
If
you
they
ranking
would
this
have
album?
dropped that shit, 5 out of 5.
Okay.
If they
So
would have
you
dropped
so
El
you
Nino,
feel like you feel like even so okay, so what was your issue with the Def Squad album to begin with? You didn't like the production, you didn't like the songs, the features?
the production to me was the main issue because Eric Sermon, he always worked well with them basement funked out kind of shit, like from Muddy Waters, the first 2 Keith Murray albums. So I was expecting that sound, but he it was like a more polished Eric Sermon, which
Right.
he does polish shit good. Don't get me wrong, but that El
Mm,
Nino album, it just was not my cup of tea. I try to get into it, but and it's crazy because on a Nutty Professor soundtrack,
mm,
he had this one joint called Breaker One, Breaker Two with Def Squad.
right.
Why wasn't that kind of production not on this album? I'll wait.
I feel like how do you feel about the album, Raka? Did you, I mean, if you know the El Nino album, did you feel like it was not a good Def Squad album, or it was better than what you expected?
Well, going in, my expectation for El Nino was that this is Eric Sermon's two gunners. Like these are his two killers
Right.
lyrically. And to be totally honest, I felt like um, Muddy Waters by Redman and Enigma by Keith Murray. Between those two albums, I felt like there wasn't any one song on El Nino that was as good as any song on those two albums.
Mm, okay.
Like to me, like think about it, like Enigma and Muddy Waters came out in the same year, 1996,
Right.
and to me, between Enigma and Most Beautifulest, Enigma is the better album in my opinion. And Muddy Waters was Redman's best album.
Mm-hmm.
So El Nino, I was anticipating this is going to be, creme de la creme. This is going to be like their, this is going to be like a 4.5, to 5 mic album. There were some joints, but I never felt like, man, like this album is just. I never felt that it was seamless.
Right.
Like there's some songs on El Nino that I truly dig. For example, Full Cooperation, man,
I love
Countdown
that.
with Lil Jamal. To
Love that.
me, like Lil Jamal, man, he whenever he rhymed with Def Squad, he never mailed it in, man. He was so hungry, he was ill, he was a rhyme animal. Um, I mean, songs like "Say Word," I mean, it was okay. Uh,
So
Death Squad, The Elite. To me, I felt it was like a weak closer. So
right.
so to summarize, I think El Nino is a good rap album. Like it has a lot of good rapping, and they show how nice they are. But but the songs on there, they don't. There's nothing on El Nino that I find as good as anything on Muddy Waters or Enigma. and Eric Sermon produced both those albums. So to me, I look at it as glass half full versus glass half empty.
Let's get to your ranking, like from all of the like rank yo all the Redman albums, like from least to favorite.
Okay, solo albums, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so of course you got to go with Muddy Waters, man. Like I remember when I bought uh, Muddy Waters, man. Like I had heard "Pick It Up" on the radio,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to Warehouse Music. Went to I went to Northland Mall to pick it up. Opened the packaging, slipped it in the cassette player in the car, and I was like, I was very thrilled because I felt like everything on Muddy Waters was extraordinary. It was a step up from There's a Dark Side, and man, I like I still got my copy.
Nice. And you got the cassette too.
Absolutely,
That's dope.
man. I bought cassettes because they were cheaper.
Yeah.
The CD was getting me like $20.
Mhm. See, like over
Like
here, like back in the day, if you went to like certain record stores like the Wiz would have their CD for like 11.98. The tapes would be 9.98. So I bought certain albums on cassette when I just had the money for the cassette, and then the others on CD.
and also at mom and pop stores, they will usually have uh, albums priced cheaper
Yeah.
than at national retailers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got a lot of albums from mom and pops that
Same.
I couldn't get from national chains
There, there
like
was
like
a
mhm,
there was a store called Bondi's, and it was in Manhattan, in the same area of where the World Trade Center was, and that's
yeah.
the bond. That store's no longer there. But when it was there, they would have like you just mentioned, like a lot of their albums on CD would be cheaper, be like $8-9, and they're releasing the new albums the Friday before the Tuesday. Because remember, the new albums will be released on a Tuesday. They're releasing the albums
Mhm.
on Friday. So many times, like with actually Malpractice, when I bought Malpractice, that was the Friday they released it before the Tuesday that it actually came out. I bought AZ albums from there, Missy Elliott, a lot of stuff I got early before they actually came out on the following Tuesday.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. Like there was a local record store called White Music Plus.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple of blocks away from where I live, and I used to shop there so much that the owner she would just give me discounts on albums just on the just out of patronizing her record store so much.
Yeah.
Like you know what? Like you done bought like you done bought like maybe $500 worth of music from me. I got no problem giving you, like 5 or 6 freebies.
Right. Not
And
not this the thing is the same thing happened to me, but I wasn't getting the discount. There was a FYE around my way, and I would
mhm.
go there very often, like once a week. And I became a regular in there that the store owners they started coming to me and started asking me like, yo, like, do I need help with anything? What am I looking for? But I never got that discount. But that you got the discount. That was cool.
Bro, like that's how I got the Art of War on CD.
Yeah.
Do you know how much the Art of War cost
Hmm.
at retail? It was like damn near $30, man.
Yes. And that's with
It's like
tax.
double
That was with
this.
tax. But when I bought it,
Exactly.
I bought it from Music Factory. It was $27, and it came up to like $31 with tax.
And when I bought it, it was like $13.
Yeah.
I was ecstatic, man, because I'm gonna get back to Redman,
Hmm.
but just the anticipation, the buzz, the way you would hear about certain releases, talk to the owner, say, hey, when do you anticipate this album, being stocked. They'll give a street date.
Yeah,
You give them your number. Hey, come on this date.
that's crazy. Yep. I didn't hear the last part. Reg,
You
you
said
still
what?
there? I didn't hear the last part. I think he cut off. I didn't hear the last part that he was saying.
I was just mentioning is that double disc
Yeah.
syndrome, man. That shit's gonna be overpriced and stuff like that. I'm not surprised
But
that shit costs $30.
that's the only album I bought on CD ever that it costs that much. Like All Eyes on Me didn't cost that much. Wu Tang Forever didn't cost that much. You know what I'm saying? Dipset, the Dipset one I got for free from Dame Dash, but a lot. That's the most expensive album I bought was All the War. On CD at least, not even vinyl. You know what I'm saying? Vinyl is a whole nother story, but that's the most expensive CD I ever bought was All the War. All right, Ray Sean Peace. He said he's about to jam to the first Jets album. That's a classic. Definitely got that right here. Classic Jets album. He reviewing that on Sunday. Okay. What time that's gonna be? Let me know. I might join you because I got the album on vinyl for that. Hopefully you can get back Raka. I don't know what happened.
It must be the same StreamYard issues that was fucking
I
you up
know,
last
I
night.
know. StreamYard, yeah, I'm not gonna be using StreamYard too much. It's too many issues with it right now. You know.
You want to use
Um,
EV Mux next Sunday or what?
yeah. I'm gonna use. I'm gonna try to use that again.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, there he is. I want to get your rankings for Redman. Yeah, but I didn't hear the last part that you were saying though.
Yeah, my bad. There's a storm outside,
It's cool.
so and I got the power of my laptop, so I'm using my phone.
Okay.
Oh, so I was saying that Muddy Waters, the songs that this damn near every song on Muddy Waters is essential, classic listening.
Hmm.
Everything from Pick It Up to Smoke Buddha, um, Creep. Creep is my favorite song on Muddy Waters, man. Like click, like what do you say? Clicking up to engineer your, clicking up to engineer your injury, and linking up with Keith at the Palladium.
Right.
Like how he was rhyming about, you know, needing money because his royalty check is way too late, and hooking up with Keith Murray to go to the club and rob dudes, for their money and jewels. I thought that was ill.
Yeah.
And uh, he also, Redman did a lot of his own production. He didn't always rely on Eric Sermon.
Right.
So I think that's what has been the key factor in the quality of his albums. Like some people may say, there's a dark side. It's you get mixed reviews because some people may believe it's too spacey, it's too experimental. It's uh it sounds like um, it kind of sounds haphazard. But when I listen to There's a Dark Side, to me it sounds like somebody that's truly inspired by George Clinton. Like
Mm.
when I hear like Cosmic Slot, man, like
Mhm.
anybody that knows funk music knows
Yeah.
that was inspired by an album of the same name called Cosmic Slot.
Right.
Funkadelic, Westbound. So
Yep.
Redman, he was experimenting with a lot of vocal effects, a lot of modulation, um, using effects on his voice to give himself a higher voice, like on We Run New York with Hurricane G, or um, or slowing down his voice to make it sound darker on Rockefeller.
Right.
Um, so if so, I put Muddy Waters one. I put What the Album at number two. Then There's a Dark Side.
Dude, we still there?
Basically, Eric Sermon in the studio, just cutting up samples that Redman wanted to use. Like Redman would suggest, let's sample Johnny Guitar Watson for Superman Lover,
Yeah.
or uh, you know, I got an ill storytelling joint. Like use this, chop up this groove, for how to roll a blunt.
Right.
Um, to me, my favorite song on What the Album is Hint. There's a lot of great songs on What the Album, but Rated R, man, like that's Redman sounding like the battle rapper that he was.
Right.
Like Redman, like before he even met EPMD, like he was performing with Biz Markie, going to park jams, just trying to get a name.
Right. Right.
And guess who else loved that song Rated R
Michael
that
Jackson.
much?
Who liked it?
A certain white rapper that is controversial and polarizing, especially the cats like Benzino and Lord Jamar.
Eminem.
Yeah.
Of course.
Uh, and then you hear an MC that sounds like me smack him and tell him where the fuck did he get his damn raps from. Eminem, he used those lines from Rated R for Low Down and Dirty from the Some Shady EP.
Right.
So to me, in 1992, I thought What the Album was a better album than I thought Redman in '92 was a better rapper than Grand Puba, a better rapper than Lord Finesse.
Mm.
Not mad about that.
So to me, Redman had a top 5 rap album in '92. So that's why that's how I ranked my favorite Redman albums. Like how was it the best rap album in that year? And if not, who were his contemporaries? And in '94, and try, bro, you know better than I do. In '94, that was a stacked year.
It was.
So there's no way that I can say that There's a Dark Side is a top 2 Redman album when Ready to Die by Biggie came out, when Illmatic by Nas came out, when The Sun Rises in the East by J. Ruben Damager came out,
Right.
when The Most Beautifulest by Keith Murray came out, when World Life by OC came out. Now, do you think There's a Dark Side is better than any of the albums that I mentioned?
I don't think it's one of his best albums, period. But that's just me. But
there you go.
It's not a whack album. I think I need people to understand, because I think for over the years, because people know I don't like the album, it's not a whack album. My issue is there was bangers on there, but it was more spread out. Like to me, after Can't Wait is when it fell off. A lot of those songs after Can't Wait, basically, and What It Looked Like, Slide and Rock On, I thought those were whack. I don't like none of those songs after Can't Wait. You know what I'm saying? But the stuff before Can't Wait, Neurotic, Green Island, Bobby Head to This, A Million and One Buddha Spots. I love those songs. I think it could have been a classic if he shortened the track listing to 10, 12 songs. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it fell off after Can't Wait. I'm like, a lot of those songs that people love, I'm like, y'all really bumped this? Y'all really think this shit was fire?
Well, wait. You didn't like When I Come Around?
Nah.
That's the song that comes after Can't Wait.
No, I don't like none of those songs. Even the remix, the Tonight's the Night remix, I don't like that either. And he said better remixes than that. The Rockefeller remix was better than that. Remember, like that Dr. Travis skit at the end of that skit, the beat playing is the Rockefeller remix beat. That was better to me than the Tonight remix. I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a whack album. I don't think, and even Redman has said this in interviews.
I mean, I will say that There's a Dark Side. It's
go ahead, my bad.
I mean, I will say like the rapping on There's a Dark Side, it never slacked.
Right.
I do think like a song like Basically, I think that song I think it would have benefited from a remix because I did not like the way the song started out with those synthesizers.
I just didn't like the beat.
I just felt like
songs, you know what I mean? And his rhyming was never the problem.
The production, it just takes such a long time for the song to kick in the gear.
Right.
But I do think like his rapping, it never floundered. Like if you look at There's a Dark Side, he didn't have the sophomore jinx, but you do know who did have the sophomore jinx? Snoop Dogg. The Dogfather was trash.
I even with that album, I like it. I don't think it was compared to like Kool-Aid and Eagle Trippin'. Those were trash. Dogfather was decent, but it's not a classic compared to it's not fucking with Doggy Style on no level. I don't see how people sit there and be like, oh, this is such a classic. I'm like, where? He had like what 20 something tracks on there. What was the big hits off of that album? What, Snoop Upside Your Head? That wasn't no big hit. You don't even perform that.
Yo, do you remember do you remember when he remade The Vapors?
Yeah. That was decent, but it's not touching Biz Marquis'. I mean, I know Reg loves that.
Hell no. Hell no. But my point is, man, like the album was so terrible that the best song from that album was The Vapors. It was a cover.
I agree.
You think that was the best song on the album? The Vapors?
I don't like Dogfather at all, man. To me, the best song on that album was the last song, which was Downtown Assassins.
Right.
That one.
And I'll even go a step further. To me, I thought Trey D had the best verse on that album. On OJ Wake Up.
What? Why didn't you hear what Reg said? What Reg said something? What was you saying?
No, I was green. I said Vapors, Freestyle Conversation, and 6 Minutes were the best songs on Dogfather.
I like 6 Minutes. 6 Minutes was fire. But it to me was just an album full of filler. It wasn't like you could tell Dre was sorely missing from that album.
I mean, Dre had left Death Row. Dre had surrendered his share of Death Row. He left from Death Row with nothing. So Dre didn't have any. He wasn't legally obligated to produce on the Dogfather. And as far as Freestyle Conversation is concerned, to me it sounded like Snoop was just mailing it in. Like you could barely hear his voice.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Like on that song, was he even rapping? Because you can barely hear him.
It's okay. I never bought it. I just like, it's okay. It's I definitely feel like he had the sophomore jinx compared to Redman. I mean, if I had to choose, I'm picking There's a Dark Side over Dogfather. Surprisingly.
You know the thing about the Dogfather, I always say this. You can tell he sounded bored as hell on some of them songs. Like,
is that what it
compared
was?
to his performance on Doggy Style. You know what I'm saying? And then look at Dogfather. That's like even the album cover alone. It's just like he's just like, okay, let's just do the album cover because Pac died, Dre was out, Suge's about to go to jail, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I just feel like they released that album way sooner after Pac died. They should have waited maybe around December if they wanted to get more of a good sales and shit like that too. Because they dropped that shit like November, late October, early November.
They were heavily promoting that, but it was like even if it dropped December or January of the following year, I don't think it still would have been a good album.
But here's the problem, though. Say they did delayed the release and put it out in December. Iron Man came out in October.
Right.
You know, Solo Nights by Razcast, it came out in November. To me, there were better rap albums that came out around that time. So the only thing that would have changed from November to December was when it came out. It still would have been a mediocre rap album.
Right.
And as far as like Redman, I think what Redman has a silly persona, but I'm gonna tell you something. On There Is a Dark Side, he was taking some shots at a lot of rappers.
He was.
Like, do you remember on damn it, I think it's on basically he said, and why is it every time that a multi-platinum artist always use the underground to make a comeback? Is it fair to the hardcore niggas that rap, that don't give a fuck about the radio, plus the next bitch at that? Now, I have an idea of who he was talking about, but people can't say that Reggie wasn't snapping, like he wasn't, rhyming his ass off. Albeit production wasn't as good to me as what the album, but his wit, his sharpness was still there.
Sam said Prodigy, but I was thinking Hammer. I know Hammer took a shot at him on was it the Funky Head Hunter?
Yeah, 94. But the problem is Hammer wasn't somebody that could really rap. So I wasn't really thinking about Hammer.
Right.
I was thinking like this may be off base, but I was kind of thinking LL Cool J. Because think about it, like LL Cool J, multi-platinum artist, what did Redman say? Always use the underground to make a comeback. LL Cool J, he linked up with EPMD, around Mama Said Knock You Out, so maybe I could be off base, but I did think it was LL Cool J because Mobb Deep wasn't out in 94.
Right.
Actually, I read somewhere that line was actually aimed at Run DMC.
Really? Redman?
Yeah, I'm on Rap Genius right now, right? And I'm looking at that line. They said it was aimed at Run DMC because that was around the time they did the whole Down with the King and they stopped walking the Adidas just for the more hardcore sound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I read.
No, well, Mobb Deep was out with Juvenile Hell, but they wasn't Mobb Deep until 95, really.
But the thing is, I don't think Mobb Deep was on Redman's radar.
Right.
Like Redman shouted out J. Rue the Damager. He shouted out KRS-One.
Right.
Like he said, like these are the real MCs that he rocked with. I can't think of the song.
Rampage.
But he gave a shout out to J. Rue and KRS-One.
Sam said Rampage. I don't think Rampage was on his radar either at that point.
Like the thing is, he said, why is it every time that a multi-platinum artist always use the underground to make a comeback?
You mean Rampage, the EPMD song you're talking about? I thought you were talking about the artist Rampage.
Oh no. I'm talking about when LL Cool J collaborated with EPMD on the song Rampage.
Right.
I was saying like maybe Redman's thinking like, yo, in order to stay with the underground, to stay relevant to the underground, gotta rhyme with EPMD, king rappers that are that the underground champion. Right. Because LL Cool J, he went back and forth between having songs that was very uh, poppy and very I'm gonna just say it corny,
Yeah.
and then in the same breath can make a song that is very dope. Like for uh, every I need love, he could make a song like um, Yvette.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like for
Yeah.
every Hey Love, he can make a song like 4321.
Right. You thought Hit Love was corny? Hit Lover?
I do think I think some of LL Cool J's phrasing
Mm.
was corny,
Oh wow.
like "Love Unfurl," like like listen to "I Need Love," listen to LL Cool J's phrasing when he's trying to sound romantic.
That's how I know you paying attention to the lyrics, because I'm like, a lot of people wouldn't catch that.
Yeah, like to me, it sounds like a song that Al B. Sure could have done because Ella he's not really rapping as much as just uh, he's emoting. It's like he's saying sweet nothings to a girl, to win her over.
Right.
Right.
I'll be sure and Hey Lover. Now that wouldn't be the first time you passed up on a hit record. So
That is
Yeah,
true. And you
I
want to
think
get even.
hmm?
I do think like Doc's the Name gets a bad rap.
Yeah,
Doc's the Name is not a bad album at all. I don't think that's the album where he fell off.
that's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean his remake of Once Upon a Time in the Projects.
Hmm.
When he just he made a Newark style. He made a Brick City style.
Right.
Um, to me, I think the last album that I really, I'm gonna be totally honest.
Hmm.
I think Mudface is better than Reggie,
Yeah.
but I think Red Gone Wild to me is his worst album.
Really?
To me, it
Compared to
just
Reggie?
sounds to, it just sounds like he's trying to recapture something from a long lost era, and to me, it just sounds forced. It sounds contrived.
Bro, I don't remember not one song on the Reggie album. That's how bad it was. There wasn't nothing memorable on that compared to Red Gone Wild. I just like two or three songs to me that I love. Blow Trees. That was fire. I love that song. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he had better
Yeah,
production, and he was still Redman on that album. But that was like at the point where I think Jay-Z had took over Def Jam at that point.
yeah.
And it wasn't Jay wasn't promoting nobody but the artists that he signed, which was Rick Ross and Rihanna, Jeezy, and his own shit he was pushing. He's like the hell with LL Cool J and everybody else. He wasn't promoting
To
anything.
me, what it really was, it was a conflict of interest.
Yeah,
Like you can't have the president of Def Jam be an artist where he wants to release albums, but but he's in charge of other artists' projects, and he can basically prevent certain albums from selling as much as they can because he wants to be the number one artist on his own label.
right.
Like there's a dual loyalty there.
Yeah.
But also, I think with the album, people will look at. I don't know how many producers was on that album. To me, it felt like every producer in the industry was on that album, but it didn't matter to me. The songs, it sounded like something I had already heard done better on previous albums.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was regurgitating older ideas and repeating himself.
On which album we talking about? Red Gone Wild.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had Pete Rock. The Pete Rock one, I think that was a single. The Give Me One joint, that was a single. You had Timberland was on Put It Down, that was a single. You had Rockweiler, Eric Sermon, Scott Storch, Clark Kent. Um, somebody called the Mascot, somebody called Omen. There was a couple of unknowns, Vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I
Yeah,
thought that was like his last good album on Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? And then, but they didn't
yeah,
promote it a lot. Um, Mudface was, I thought Mudface was more like a mixtape album, but it was good. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, like he was dropping a lot of mixtapes at that time with Gilla House and you know, but
did wait a minute, did which was Socrates on Red What the album?
yes, he's on a joint called Something for Your Body,
I actually like Socrates, man. Like
and
I felt like
and
Redman.
he's on a joint called Get Him with Icodon.
Yeah, I did like Socrates. I felt like Redman had something. I felt like he had a like what's it called? A diamond in the rough.
Mm,
I just think Redman lacked the power to really make him a star.
yeah,
You know, because Redman didn't run Def Jam. Redman couldn't greenlight a Socrates album.
right. Yeah, I mean, like it's like they didn't promote. I remember, I think he was on 106 and Park promoting Red Gone Wild. I did see him on there, and he was talking about leaving Def Jam at that point because Jay-Z was running things, and but they didn't do a good job promoting it. But they definitely did not promote the Reggie album at all. I didn't see no video for that. I didn't hear no single from it. I heard it like once and I didn't like it. And at that time he was already like doing mixtapes and stuff. He was all over the Smack DVDs and the Come Up DVDs and stuff like that, promoting Gilla House. You know, he had some of his own artists that was coming out at that point too, and you know what I'm saying. We were just waiting for Red to get signed to another label to come out, and he's still like a free agent kind of like he hasn't really dropped anything. He dropped a couple singles, but I've been hearing about Muddy Waters 2 forever. It's like, when is he gonna drop this damn album?
I think the last thing I heard of Redman, Redman had like a political song,
Yeah,
and I felt it was some of Redman's strongest writing late in his career. I can't think of it. But I was really taken by just uh, how aggressive he was in talking about what was going on politically and socially.
right.
And I'm like, okay, if you put out an album, this could be like maybe the start of a new run, but nothing came of it, unfortunately.
So, how do you rank the collab albums now? Like Blackout 1 and 2 with Method Man. You already told your thoughts on the Death Squad album. How do you rank those?
Who are you talking to?
Oh, you. Um,
Okay.
Reg already gave his ranking, but I want to know your ranking, and then I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna rank all of them.
Okay. So obviously, Blackout is the best collaboration album Redman has ever done. Like like Blackout, it just had so many dope joints, man. Like you don't have to even talk about the Rock Wilder, but come on, man. Like you, Blackout, Mikasa, Tear It Off, um, Fire in the Hole, like the back and forth between Redman and Method Man is is some of the best back and forth trading bars I have ever heard. You know, like when I heard that album, I had to think to myself, I like Method Man and Redman more than Smith and Wesson,
Oh
and I
wow.
love The Shining.
Yeah.
But man, like they're just better rappers than Smith and Wesson. They got better, better punchlines, better chemistry, silliness. They're sharp. They're they're so creative. Um, but on the copy of Blackout, I didn't have "We're All Right Here."
Oh yeah, that was the bonus track on here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
from
remember like I was wondering like why, like I remember that was on Douse the Name, but why put it on
yeah.
the bonus? I
They,
just
they
thought that
had
was
they had the
yeah.
big dogs was on that and the How High remix. That was the bonus tracks on it.
To me, I think the way that Method Man and Redman did that album, it was great for them
Right.
because I remember Eric Sermon did most of the album and Reza contributed 3 or 4 songs. So
Yeah.
I like that you have the principal producers for Redman and Method Man respectively,
Yeah.
and they get to shine together and have Eric Sermon and RZA pretty much be uh, you know be their Dr. Dre, for lack of a better term,
Right.
like be like RZA and Eric Sermon. I mean, shit, like you can make an argument they're the best producers in the history of the genre, and you can boast that they produced on your album. So uh, I like Blackout 1, Blackout 2, 2. No pun intended. Um, uh, to me, I like El Nino. I like El Nino more than How High.
The soundtrack?
Yeah, I didn't really.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Oh wow.
Like How High.
So
Here's the problem.
uh
Okay, it's not really an album between Method Man and Redman. It's really a compilation, and half of the songs we've already heard.
right. But
So there wasn't much original material on that
right,
album.
but throughout the soundtrack, they are on other songs besides that. Like remember the Janelle song, Method Man is on that joint, right?
Was that the Round and Round joint
Yeah,
that was played all the time?
that's the one that High Tech produced that joint. He's on that one. That was a single, right? And then you got
Oh yeah, I love that song.
yeah, that was on the
And that
soundtrack.
was the big hit.
Right, and then you got like Redman, like they had the Limp Bizkit joint, and Together Now, Method Man is on that. So it's like they took some of their features and put it on the soundtrack, but they still a part of the soundtrack though. It's not just like they got like 2 or 3 songs and then that's it.
Yeah, but I already heard most of those songs. To me, it would be like, it's like reading, a newspaper from 2 weeks ago. I've already read it. Like I already know what happened 2 weeks ago. It's not interesting anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I still like those songs, but man, it wasn't fresh. It wasn't.
Okay, so
Didn't.
what do
When I
you think
listened to
about
it, it just felt like I already heard it.
when you hear songs like they did over the Cisco Kid joint with War? So you got Cypress Hill and Red and Meth with the group War. Like you didn't like that song?
I gotta go listen to that song again. I can't say it was a standout.
Right.
I can't say it was a standout. I would have to listen to it again. The I may have about El Nino. Man, it was Redman, Keith Murray, and Eric Sermon just as a trio rapping.
Right.
Like some songs I really dug. Some of them were hits and misses, but man, you can't deny the rapping. You can't deny just how dope they are. Just as lyricists. You
Right.
know, uh, so that's my ranking. So Blackout Two, El Nino, and How High. And How High has good song. I mean, it has great songs. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but to me, like, it's not. There's not enough original material for me to really rank it above El Nino.
You can tell that was like a decision made by the label. I think Def Jam, because it's all Def Jam artists on this. It's Redman, Method Man. You had Ludacris was on that. You had the What's Your Fantasy remix on there. You know what I'm saying? So it was that was like probably more of a label thing by Def Jam to just make it all red and meth and let's put some of their features on there. We're not gonna have them do the whole soundtrack and put new stuff on there. They'll do a couple new songs and then we'll put How High remix on there. We'll Redman had the John L joint on there. You know what I mean? So
Uh, that does make sense. That sounds like something that Leo Cohen would have done. Like I see the strategy. Like okay, Method Man and Redman, they are Def Jam artists. They
right,
are some of our best selling artists,
right,
and they are starring in the movie, and they are going to they're the superstars. So we are going to ride them and we're going to help bring along the other artists that's on the label.
right.
I understand that strategy. Um, so uh, I'm going to go back and re-listen to the How High soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like again, um, I haven't heard it in a while,
Mhm.
and for all of the misgivings that I may have about El Nino not having a song that's as good as anything on Muddy Waters or Enigma, I do think that just them as a trio, they have they had something that's very unique to them.
Right.
That regardless of the quality, is unmistakable.
I'm gonna do my ranking. I love the fact that like you said, like in '92, when like especially in summer '92, like when you had like Grand Puba had left Brand Nubian, and he was coming out with Real to Real. That's still one of my favorite rap debuts, solo debuts. I think Redman definitely had a great solo debut with what the album and just yeah, it was high energy. He started like from the Psycho Ward intro to the last track. I think it was all high energy rap. Time for some action and Jam for You. Blow Your Mind was the first single. I love that. The Parliament sample for that. Superman Lover with the Johnny Guitar Watson sample was great. Even the little skit before with the little interview with the female was funny and I think Eric Sermon. This is one of Eric Sermon's best produced albums for me. Is the first Redman album. I think it was phenomenal. There's a Dark
Agreed.
Side. It's not a whack album. I want to say that again. It's not a whack album because people be like, why you don't like
One
this?
more time for the people in the back.
Yeah, because people hit me up over the years and they're like, yo, why you don't like There's a Dark Side? I don't think it's not a classic to me, but it's not a whack album. I think there's some bangers on there that I loved, but like I said, the songs after Can't Wait, I did not like those. I just thought the production was weak, and this is an album where Redman produced the majority of it. Eric Sermon produced a couple. I believe he had DJ Twins like co-producing stuff with him, but I don't think if Redman don't even like that album, and he said it in interviews that I've seen, and I know he was going through a lot. He was on drugs. He had a friend that passed away or whatever. He was depressed, but I don't feel like it's a classic Redman album. I feel like it's decent. It's definitely a lot better than Snoop Dogg's Dogfall album for me. You know what I'm saying? I
That
don't
is a
really like
fact.
that's an album where I've seen people on other shows say it's a classic. I'm like, what song on Dogfather is fucking with Doggy Style? Any of those songs on Doggy Style? G's,
Bro,
G's,
Exactly.
G's and Hustlers. Gin and Juice, Serial Killer. What song on Dogfather is fucking with Doggy Style? You know what I'm
And I'm
saying? So
asked,
I don't feel like it's Snoop had a great second album.
and also, you know why it's not a great. You know why the Dog Father is not a good album?
Yeah, what?
Does Snoop Dogg perform any song from the Dog Father in concert?
No, and I've seen him live. He did not do one song from that. He might have did Snoop Upside Your Head like for a couple minutes, and then he switched to like something else. He don't perform nothing from that second album.
In that verse that he did with DMX, he didn't perform any song from the Dog Father because he knows that there's
Not
no
a good album.
song on that album that is as good as anything that he had done
Right,
before or after.
right. Especially his No Limit 3 album run to me was phenomenal. I always say that's his best shit after Doggy Style. That is his best shit after Doggy Style. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
after the No Limit run, Blue Carpet Treatment to me was a great album. That's a classic.
No Limit Top Dog. To me, I love that album.
That was great.
You know, was it
That was
Buck with
dope album.
Sticky Fingers, produced by Dr. Dre,
Hmm.
just
And I
dipping.
wasn't even a No Limit fan like that. Like, but for Snoop, I'm like, yeah, I fuck with these 3 albums here. I think that's his best run as an artist in his career is those 3 No Limit albums, and they got slept on because he went to No Limit.
Yeah, and even when like for the game was to be sold, not to be told. Beats by the pound, they gave him a
Yeah,
lot to work with.
definitely.
And of course, some people didn't like it because it was too southern, but I never understood that because Snoop signed to a southern label. So of
Right,
course the music is going to be southern, the producers are going to be southern.
right,
But I did like that he made a break temporarily from the G Funk sound and he used that opportunity to tap into his southern
right,
roots.
right. Because
Like
he's from Mississippi. He's not from Long Beach. He's from Mississippi.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? People feel like no, he's not from Long Beach. He wasn't born here. He's from Mississippi, and he located to Long Beach later on.
And do you remember Still a G thing?
Yes.
Yo, when I saw that video to me, I was like, Snoop still got it.
Yeah.
Like
That.
whatever was lacking on the Dogfather,
Mhm.
he found his mojo with Still a G thing.
Yeah.
And I was
That
like,
was the first
okay,
single from that album.
that's how you rap.
That was the first single from The Game Still Be Sold, not to be told.
Yep. And then the
Hmm.
second single was Slow Down
Yeah, I love
with
that.
Mia
The
X.
loose ends sample, phenomenal.
Yep.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
those were good. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, like there's a dark side. It's not a whack sophomore album. I just don't think it's a classic like everybody else seems to think. But I think I would give that like a 3.5 mics. Minus the lower half of the album, but that was good. Muddy Waters to me is a great album. It's a classic. Um, so many joints. Pick It Up and It's Like That with K Solo. I love that collab that
Hmm.
K Solo did. Smoke Buddha was great. The Superman Lover.
Rick James sample,
Yeah, the
Mary
Yes.
Jane.
it was already a classic by Rick James. Um, got the homie in here, Ray Landski coming in. Ray, salute. He from
What
Jersey.
up, Ray?
Got the Redman hat on. You hear? Can you hear us?
I'll try to have the Bluetooth on, but
Okay.
I guess I'll take it off.
Yeah.
What's
Salute,
happening?
bro. Glad to have you
Hey,
on here, man.
salute everybody. Salute.
What's up? What's
Yeah.
up?
What's going
What
Um,
up,
on?
Ray?
I was saying, talking about the Muddy Waters album and how many bangers. I remember when before that album came out, Stretch and Barbito, they were playing a lot of songs on that album. Smoke Buddha, they played a lot. They played the Superman Lover sequel from that album, and when It's Like That came out, that was the first single with K Solo from that album, and the video was dope, and it was great to hear K Solo and Redman do a collab, and they killed it. That beat was fire. You know, classic album. Um, Doc's the Name 2000. I love that album. That was actually a present that I had gotten that year of in '98. That was like a Christmas present that my aunt had before she passed away. She had gave that to me for Christmas, and it was a phenomenal album. I love it. I think it's highly slept on. You know, and that if I'm not mistaken, Reg, that was like his most successful album.
Which one?
Yeah.
Doc's the Name.
You talking
Yeah.
about with the goodness?
The no, Doc's the Name. The 2000.
Yeah, with the song "The Goodness" with Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, the goodness. I'll be that. He had Jersey Yo on that song on that album. Um, a lot of bangers on there. The goodness with yeah, like I said, like Busta Rhymes on that. Biz Markie was on that joint. You know, Keith Murray was on that joint. He had a lot of great songs. I think the production was, again, because Eric Sermon he produced most of the album. And I think that was the problem with There's a Dark Side. It was more Redman handling the beats than Eric Sermon. But that's not to say Redman is a bad producer. He's not a bad producer at all. I just felt like there was something missing with Eric on There's a Dark Side that he gave us on Muddy Waters and he gave us on Doc's Name 2000. And I think it's a classic underrated album. I love it. Malpractice to me was like the sequel to Doc's Name 2000, especially when it came to the skits. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
those, well, like it reminded me so much of Doc's Name 2000. Even the production again. Eric Sermon handled most of the production on here. Um, the joint with Missy should have been a single. I know the album got leaked. And they delayed the album release a lot of times, but I don't feel like Def Jam promoted it enough like they did with his previous album, and I was a part of that Malpractice Street Team, and we only promoted the song with DJ Cool, the was it Let's Get Dirty. We promoted that. Everything else they didn't really come out with. He came out with like one other single, and that's really about it. They didn't really promote the album like they could have. I felt like this was an extension to Doc's Name 2000, and you had the joint with Kid Icarus. What's the joint? Damn, I forgot the name of that shit. I think it's called Wrong for no, the Wrong for that was with Keith Murray. That was a banger. Let's Get Dirty. That bitch with Missy Elliott. That should have been a single. The Superman
What
Lover remix. I mean not the remix. The sequel. It was like a part one and two to that sequel. That was good. But I thought it was a decent release. I always said many years ago that I felt like Malpractice was better than There's a Dark Side. I still believe that. I still think it was a better album, but it just wasn't promoted. So
was Socrates on Malpractice? I
yeah,
think
he
didn't he
was.
have like a song?
Yeah, he was on the song with Enjoy the Ride. That was with him and Street Life and Method Man.
Yeah, I love that song, man, because I thought like okay, like Street Life is Method Man's man and
Right,
Socrates is Redman's man. So I thought it was dope that their respective proteges are rhyming on a song with them.
right. But
I, I
and they
did I
had
did love that song.
and they had a posse cut called Real Niggas with Scarface, Tretch, Icarus, and Marley G. That was a banger too.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoyed that. I think I want to say this album is highly slept on from Redman. Like out of any of his other albums, it gets a bad rep because again it got delayed, it got leaked, it wasn't promoting it. But I definitely feel like it was a dope album. I think people need to go back and check it out. Red Gone Wild was cool. He was still in his Redman bag on that. I liked a couple of songs on there, like I said, Blow Trees and the Give Me One joint that Pete Rock did for him. That was the Reggie album to me was his worst album ever. I did not like anything off of that album. Um, the mixtapes, I know he dropped a lot of mixtapes, a lot of Gilla House stuff. Those were cool. The Mudface album was good. I enjoyed that. He was back to form on that mixtape album. And Blackout One is a classic. And like Raka said, I love the fact that they use both RZA and Eric Sermon for the production, and even the features. Like they wasn't overshadowed by having Ja Rule on there or by having LL Cool J on there or Marley G. I think they definitely held their own with those features. So many Bank Tear the Roof Off. The Rockwaller, which is what they close it down. They had a lot of great songs. The Mike Checker joint. The Serial Killer is one of my favorite joints. I definitely enjoyed that one. That's a classic, by my classic. Blackout 2 was decent. I don't feel like they had the same type of production like they did on the first one though. But it wasn't whack. I just felt like I wanted to hear more like Eric Sermon and RZA on. I don't believe RZA was on that album. It was more like Eric Sermon produced some stuff. I think they had Rockwaller produce some stuff on there, but I think RZA was missing from Blackout too. For the Death Squad album, I love the Death Squad album. I don't know what you're talking about. You're trying to shit on the Death Squad album. I think El Nino is a phenomenal album.
Hell
I
yeah.
didn't shit on it, just for the record.
You didn't shit on it, but you didn't give it a 5 mic review though. You said it was like you said there was another
No,
album.
no. What I said, no, what I said was that El Nino is it's a good album it's a good album, but there's nothing on that album that I feel is as good as anything on Muddy Waters or Enigma, because Eric Sermon produced both of those albums.
Right. I mean,
And to me, I was just going to say, like, coming off of Muddy Waters and Enigma, I'm thinking Enigma is going to be a amalgam of everything that those albums contained.
right.
And it was, I think I gave it like 3.5.
Right.
I can't say that it's a 5 mic album, because to say that would be, for me to say that, I would be putting El Nino on the same level as, the Shut 'Em Down album by Onyx.
Right.
I felt Onyx had a better album than
Yeah.
Death Squad back then.
It's not a 5 mic album to me, but I do feel like there's a lot of good songs. Like Checking Me Out, I think Redman killed that song. That was fire. They picked the right singles. Full Cooperation, that was a great song. The Countdown with Marley G and PMD, love that joint. What else? The Ride With Us joint with Too Short, that was fire. That was also on the Keith Murray third album. The beautiful what's the name of that joint? The beautifulest thing in the world, something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was on the third Keith Murray album. That was fire. Rhyming with Biz Markie again. They were collaborating with Biz Markie at this time. I like that joint. It was like a throwback to the Kane and Biz, just Rhyming with Biz joint from Kane's first album. I thought that was dope. They had some bangers on here, but I agree with you. It's not a 5 mic classic because there's some songs on the second half of the album I didn't care for, especially the last song, the Def Squad Delight, and they did over the Rapper's Delight. I did not like that rendition.
That's why I said it was a weak closer.
Yes, I agree with you on that, because I don't feel like when you have a rap classic already like the Sugar Hill Gang Rapper's Delight, there's no reason for you to do it over. You can only rhyme on that same beat, and I'm assuming they were trying to give their own version of what Rapper's Delight meant to them at that point. When was that, like 98? But I don't think that needed to be done over. That's a classic that needs to be left alone. Don't ever touch that again. You know what I'm saying? But
No,
I feel the same way about Snoop doing the Vapors. Like Snoop, please don't do.
Hold up, y'all.
But see, I'm even with Snoop, right? When Snoop drops Doggy Style and he does Lottie Dottie was already a classic record. You know what I'm saying? But the way that Snoop did it, I don't think nobody mind. They didn't complain like, yo, why is Snoop doing this? I enjoyed it. I don't think, but of course, it's not messing with the OG. You know what I'm saying? So I think Snoop gets a pass for that, because the Vapors joint I like too, but of course it's not gonna mess with the Biz Markie version. But the Death Squad album was good. I would give it like 3 mics. I think it was a dope crew album, and people wanted more, and it kind of fell short for a lot of people. But I enjoyed it because I've always been a Eric Sermon and EPMD fan. So, but it's not a 5 mic classic. I think that's about it that we covered. I want Ray to give his ranking though.
All right. So well, one salute to everybody on here first and foremost.
Appreciate that.
I'm glad I caught it.
Yeah.
I thought I missed it.
Nah.
I thought I missed it. Um, so y'all started from the beginning, right?
Yeah, we started I wanted them to rank like from least to favorite Redman albums from the first to the to Reggie, and then you could do like the collab albums with him and Method Man and Def Squad.
All right. Well, that Reggie album, it didn't have no skits.
That was bad.
The Reggie album didn't have no skits,
Yeah, that was bad.
right?
Yeah.
Um, are y'all including guest features as well?
Nah, just the Redman discography
Exactly.
and the collab
All right.
albums. Yeah.
All right. All right. So, well, one, I'm gonna go with my least favorite first. Okay, yeah, the Reggie album.
Okay.
I think that's probably everybody's least favorite. That was like a
Yeah.
you know how some artists are in positions where as though they gotta finish the deal with the label and get
Right.
it out the way.
Mm-hmm.
So that could possibly be one
Yeah.
why Reggie was like that, right?
Right.
And I got some unreleased footage of him saying Muddy Waters will always be my favorite, my best album.
Dope.
And I love Muddy Waters.
Mm-hmm.
But believe it or not, y'all, I like There's a Dark Side too. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I do.
Better than Muddy
I do.
Waters? Better than Muddy Waters.
Not better than Muddy Waters, but I'm not gonna like shit on it by a landslide either. You get what I'm saying? Like I like There's a Dark Side. I understood it.
Yeah.
That was a time when I was starting to smoke a lot of weed. So I understood where he was coming from. You get what I'm saying? Believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? He had some bold songs on there. Like only Redman can have a song called "We Run New York." You get away with it. You get what I'm saying? But even though it wasn't on some like this in New York, because in actuality he said we run New York because back then when you put Jersey on that side, he was considered a New York rapper because when it comes to the East Coast, they consider us New York.
Yeah, facts.
It is what it is.
Facts.
Right? But that was collabo with it's always a dope collabo with Redman, Keith Murray, and Eric Sherman, the Def Squad. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love the Hit Squad Redman, the verse on Headbanger. But back to what the album part one, yo, that's a classic too, man, because just that era alone,
92.
Yeah, Blow Your Mind was cool, but when he came out with Time for Some Action, he was like, it was like a hype, like, you know what I'm saying?
It was high energy. That's what I was explaining. Like the whole album was high energy.
Yeah, he was like, let's get ready to rumble, and the way he had his own style of creativity. Like in this corner, we had the folk body snatch up, P Funkadelic, and I catch up. You can see how his description game was on point. Like when a rapper have a description game, that captures my interest. That's why I'm a fan of Nas and Coogee Rap. So they had that description game.
Facts.
And Super Avenue, Super North, and then and then just the whole video, like how you feel it, yo, chill, man, chill. It's sober, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we all saw that person that's ripping it so much, you gotta beg him to stop.
Right.
You gotta beg him to stop.
Right.
So that's what I loved about that single. That's what I was like, yeah, I'm definitely copying that album. You know what I'm saying? We copped it. Yep. Tonight's the Night. Tonight's the Night. And he had character. One thing about Redman, he has character. And I think that's why I'm a fan of Stove Got Cooked. Because Stove Got Cooked brought the character back as far as, you get what I'm saying, as far as a raw dude having character. Right?
Right.
And you know the beginning of Hurricane G, you know,
Yo,
microphone
Redman,
check.
yo, what the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? Like that right there. And he just caught himself like, oh fuck that. Microphone check. I walk around the street with the black tech. You get what I'm saying? Like he put the character to it.
I love that song.
And of course, you know, being from where we, you know, where I'm from, being from Newark, we felt that. You get what I'm saying? Because, you know, that was like the best Jersey ever. Anyway,
Oh yeah,
that time that was the best because you know you had the Naughties and the Artifacts and Lord's Underground
definitely.
and Redman was that new guy because the top guy was Tretch.
Yeah,
And then when Redman came through in Jersey, it was debate Red versus Tretch.
yeah.
That's just what it was in Jersey, Red versus Tretch. It's just like if in Brooklyn, I'm pretty sure like when let's just say when
It was Jay and Big. Basically, I mean, even though they were friends, but it was like
exactly.
We looked at Big like he was
Exactly.
the king. He was the king of
When Jay
Brooklyn,
dropped,
Jay was underneath him.
right. Like when Big was on top, and when Jay dropped, everybody was comparing Big and Jay. I know that for, but I ain't had to live in Brooklyn and know that was going on.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was that was what we were going through in Jersey at the time. Now, there's a dark side, and then the Muddy Waters came, and Muddy Waters, you can tell that even though there's a dark side, it got darker, but it felt like Muddy Waters, he got deeper. And one, on top of that, he was consistent with a series of Superman Lover, right? Yes. He was very consistent with Superman Lover. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like that creative zone, again, storyteller, description. You get description game on point. His description game was reaching a higher level, right? He's already tag teaming with Method Man. You get what I'm saying? So we already knew that a Red and Meth album was on his way somehow, even though How High came out, what?
95, that was.
95.
Yeah.
We knew that it was going to be a Red and Method Man album. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, let's just say, Doc's the Name came out of nowhere. Because it came like the next year after Muddy Waters.
Right.
So that came out of nowhere. And then he was consistent. Then followed up with the Black album.
No, that's the name was 98.
Yeah,
that was 98. That came out. Yeah, because I didn't
498. Because Muddy Waters came out 496, like late 96, going 97. All right.
Yeah.
El Nino was. I like El Nino. I'm not gonna like El Nino.
Yeah.
That was tough. Yeah, I like El Nino. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Real talk. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? This might sound controversial. I'd rather listen to the Firm album than El Nino. Just being real.
Oh my God.
Just being real.
The Firm album was decent. It wasn't bad. It was.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna keep 100. Both of them was decent, in my opinion. I'm gonna keep 100. I ain't gonna put. I mean, listen, none of them was garbage either. I don't think they were garbage. I think they were both decent. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you what album was special to me in a different way. I'm gonna get to that special album in a minute. You know what I mean? Like my favorite will always be What the Album, Muddy. It's like for me, it's every other album. What the Album, Muddy Waters. I like Doc's the Name, but I'm gonna tell you something. Malpractice. I got into that. That was cool. Yeah. But it's something about that Red Going Wild that will always be special to me because that's when I started taping the documentary. Okay. When y'all see that, if you ever watch the documentary, when y'all see it, if you ever see that clip of Redman and I'm talking to him, that's behind the scenes of the Put 'Em Down video.
Okay. So
I felt I was a part of that only because the mixtape warmed the streets up. It's called Line from the Bricks.
Right.
That's when Caps was rapping over other people's beats.
Yeah.
And he rapped about some Newark stuff that only people from Newark or Jersey would know what happened. Right. And on top of that, his pen game is you can never people like him, Nas, Kissing Them, Hove, G-Rap. You can never take away their pen game. Gotcha. You get what I'm saying? Production, that's not their part. But pen game, you can't take that away from him. And he's one of them that right now, that's why I call Redman the Kevin Garnett of hip hop. Right now, Kevin Garnett is on the court. While we talking, I bet you he playing just to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Just get tired to go to sleep.
And that was always one of my favorite power forwards when he came in the league, man. Garnett was a beast.
Right. And that Red Gone Wild album, it was like a reinvention for him.
Yeah.
And he was like, what did he say? He said, one of my favorite verses, he said, I'm back in the game again. Fuck y'all. And my money kind of short, so I'm coming for y'all. GILLA. And he said, hip hop's the Carter. I Debo the East Coast. Three's the crowd. Keep two in the Pico. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and real shit. Like he's really the toughest. Like when Joe Budden went through that bullshit with Method Man, right?
Yeah.
We all remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
I was dying for Redman to get involved. Dying.
Yeah.
He was dying to get involved. And at the time, Joe was on top of his game. Let's just be clear. If you followed that era, the World Star era and all that, Joe was a lyrical problem for Method Man.
He still is. He still is.
But even though I was a Method Man fan first, and I also felt that he should have disread Method Man because Joe Budden's style was birthed from Method Man. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Pump It Up is the same style from Protect Your Neck Method Man. Hit it off. You get what I'm saying? Like it's definitely and he even said it on an interview with what's the name. But I was hoping Redman get involved.
Right.
And he didn't want with Redman. Joe my dude.
At that time when they were having that beef, didn't Raekwon get involved in that?
Well, that's what. Well,
that was at Rock the Bells in San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to cut Raekwon brother, and he got involved, but Joe asked for that. That was something different. That was Joe asked for it to go beyond the music.
That was Joe running his mouth too much.
Yes.
Pills or whatever it was. You know what I mean? I was disappointed in Joe. That was the only time I was mad at Joe. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, because I'm a Method Man fan first.
Right.
Meth was my guy. My guy.
You didn't feel some type of way when he was going at Jay and felt like, Jay wasn't promoting his album and he was dissing him on records and stuff?
Hell no. Fuck Jay. Nah. Jay my nigga, but when they battle, I'm be honest, when they battle though, I'm gonna be honest. Me personally, when they battle, right? Because I'm a Jay-Z fan, but I didn't get mad at that because Jay-Z came at him first.
Right.
And he dissed him on Pump It Up.
Yeah. I remember.
You get what I'm saying?
That was on the mixtape he did.
On the mixtape. You get what I'm saying? So
the Reebok shit. I remember that.
But again, let's be. That's why I tell everybody, you can say what you want about Jay, but Jay, you can call him commercial, whatever. But Jay's still one of the best lyricists ever. So I don't care what nobody say. Jay-Z is still one of the best lyricists ever.
For sure.
Joe Budden probably the only person besides Kiss and Nas to piss him off.
Yeah.
Think about it.
That's true.
You know, but back to Redman. You know, Redman didn't have too many rap battles because they were scared.
You don't count Redman going at Mobb Deep on a How High remix as being battle tested.
No.
Looking at a halfway clip of Bad Brooks.
Because you know why? But not just that. They wasn't. Here's the thing. We know they had some type of beef, but they didn't like. All right. So it wasn't no sparring. It wasn't no lyrical sparring involved. So I can't. Hell no. A lyrical spar is Joe Budden and Ransom. A lyrical spar is Beanie Siegel Jadakiss. A lyrical spar is MC Shan Chris, Nas and Jay-Z, Joe Budden and Jay-Z. It wasn't a lyrical spar. It was just talking shit. It was a little bit, but Mobb Deep gave it more to Pac than anybody. Because drop a gem on them, they got in Pac ass. It's just that Pac died.
Right.
I agree.
You get what I'm saying? So now that Redman, all I heard what Redman say on the Bad Boy mixtape back in the day, the Bad Boy mixtape, he was he said people talking about all that space style shit, but he didn't really like getting the ass like that. It was more like maybe Keith Murray did, but
Yeah.
I don't remember Red. And you know, and if it was too subliminal to even count. Because
Right.
I like when you lyrically got a lyrical beef. I like for y'all to go at it.
Facts.
If y'all not going at it, it don't count to me.
I've been saying that. Like, say his name. The person
Say
that's
his
calling you
name.
out. Say, yo, you know how many unreleased joints that Pac was saying Mob Deep and fuck Bad Boy, fuck Biggie, Jay-Z, and some of these cats were afraid of him. They were afraid of him on the East Coast. They could deny it all they want. Niggas was afraid of Pac.
Nah. Yeah. Well, but I'm not gonna lie. That's why I was shocked that Mobb Deep didn't go at wholehearted than that, because drop a gem on him.
Yeah.
Drop a gem on him. He really got. They got him. Pot. They say I had the whole New York State aiming at your face.
Right.
You know what happened? 50 G's worth of gun clapping. Who shot you? You probably screamed louder than an opera. New York got you. Now you want to use my mob as a clutch?
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
right. And
yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then when you get to Infamy and they do Crawling, they don't call out his name. They went harder at Pac than Jay, and Pac was already dead at this point.
Yeah, I ain't get that one. That caught me off guard. Now Nas wasn't trying to hear it. Nas had to do Ether because
oh yeah,
I said this on camera before. If Nas didn't do Ether, Brooklyn would have did. They would have compared Takeover to The Bridge Is Over.
Yeah,
that'd be The Bridge Is Over Part 2.
Yep,
straight up.
Yeah,
he said, why I say that? Because he took out Nas and Mobb Deep. Remember, people keep forgetting Takeover was just for Nas. It was for Nas and Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
And originally,
he's at Summer Jam and he's showing the pictures in Prodigy in a ballerina outfit and shit. Michael Jackson comes out on stage.
And lyrically, that's one of the best. Lyrically, that's one of the best battle raps. I don't care if you Mobb Deep, I hold triggers to cruise. You fucks, I have money stacks bigger than you. Mm-hmm. When I was pushing weight back in '88, you was a ballerina. I got the picture. I seen you.
Yep. You put it on the big screen. That's crazy.
Yo, I said, damn. You know what I'm saying? And then like we didn't hear the Nas version, and then he ended it with "Ask Nas." He the one who hold. Now we all both know nobody was bold enough to say that to Nas. Right. Nobody.
Facts.
Like I wish somebody would have called out Redman before, just so Redman can just light him up. Mm-hmm. But nobody.
So would you like I would love to see like somebody call out Redman during what the album era, like in '92.
Yeah.
Because like I'm surprised that that Tretch didn't go at anybody of note, because like Tretch was one of my favorite MCs. I'm thinking like I would be interested in hearing like somebody go at Tretch and then Tretch just
Twister,
go ham on them.
Twister, yeah,
Twister.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Twister got in his ass, but he can't fuck with Tretch. I told my man AZ, shout out to my boy AZ from Chicago. I told him, Twister that nigga, he faster than Tretch, but he ain't better than Tretch.
Yeah. I agree.
That Suicide diss track is so underrated. I don't give a fuck what no one says.
What's that? Twister?
Yeah, because back in '94, he was supposed to come out with an album called Resurrection, but he had to shelve that because Common, another Chicago native, came out with Resurrection. So he had a diss track on that album called Suicide, which was a response to the Naughty by Nature track called Sleeping on Jersey or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he got at Tretch's ass, the Beat Nuts, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about that track, he slowed his flow down and rapped like Naughty by Nature and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not.
Why he go at Del? Did
Tretch respond to that?
You said what?
Why he go at Del? Why did he go at Del?
Yeah,
because like everybody was trying to rhyme fast at that time.
The Beat Nuts. What? The Beat Nuts never rhyme fast.
Or Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
No.
Well, I know. I read some of that Del. He got mad Del because he was rhyming fast. I don't know about the Beat Nuts though, but he did throw a shot at the Beat Nuts on that song. But that was mostly aimed at Tretch.
Wow.
Yo, what the Beat Nuts do, man? Come on, they too cool. Come on, man. Come at the Beat Nuts, man. They too cool, man.
Yeah. They kind of cool.
Beat Nuts cool.
Okay.
Oh man.
Nah, the beat nut's cool, man.
Yeah,
I love the. I
one
like
good
the beat
album and one
nuts.
good EP.
Damn. What about um oh, one dude did go in Redman. My bad. I forgot. I'm a, actually a Shaolin guy went at Redman.
Which
Who?
one?
King Just. Hey
Oh,
ya, hey
Warriors
ya, hey
Drum.
ya. Oh,
Warriors Drum. I remember him.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
dude.
Okay.
he was
Oh,
like but I don't know if Redman responded. He said it's tonight, something is on, but he can't touch
it was
Redman.
on.
Nah, he ain't
It was
fucking
on.
with him.
There's a Dark Side. He threw a shot, but I keep forgetting what song it was.
Yo, I want to know, like, hey, Ray, do you remember a song called "Basically" from
Yep.
"There's a Dark Side"?
Basically. That song make you high as hell.
Track
Hell,
12. Track 12 on
When
the album.
Redman said, "And why is it every time that a multi-platinum artist always use the underground to make a
underground to make a
comeback?"
comeback.
Yo, I told Try, bro, I think he's talking about LL, but I might be off base.
I'm gonna be honest. You want to hear something funny?
No.
I thought he was talking about Hammer.
That's what I said. I said because Hammer dissed him on the Funky Headhunter album.
Not just that, because Hammer all of a sudden like was trying to be. He was being down with Death Row,
Right.
and he had the he went from the shiny suits to
Mhm.
like the rugged car canard hats.
Yeah.
Pumps it up, pumps. Remember, it was two versions of pumps in the bump. He had one.
Right.
He had the speedo.
Please
And
don't
then
remind us,
the
bro.
Tiger joints, right, right. I remember that shit. And then he had the
Pause.
other one where he was like in the Atlanta Falcons gear and he's dancing with the
Yeah,
dancers and shit.
I'm gonna say this though. Yep. But I ain't gonna lie though. Hammer still one of the best to ever do it. I might
Oh
sound
yeah,
hypocritical.
for sure.
The lyrical sport game probably wasn't him, even though he used to give you that energy. And he
Right.
wasn't no chump either, because I heard when he saw the rappers in person that dissed him,
Yeah.
they ain't want no static,
Yeah.
from what
He
I
ran
heard.
up on Redman supposedly.
I don't know about
Third base.
Redman. I know about I heard Russell kept him off of like I think anybody who did some in that gas face video.
Yeah, third base.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember going to the Hot 97 to one of them stations saying he'd fuck somebody up, something like
Right.
that. But yeah,
Third base
something
was
like that.
on everybody at that time and shit.
It
To be
was
real.
Envy or something. It was Hot 97 or Power 105 was one of them two. But yeah, man, yo, Redman is definitely one of the hip hop lyrical goats. And believe it or not, his style is raw, and he saw commercial success. And then Redman, remember they had the show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you see, if you watch this, when you see, you're gonna be able to see the documentary on the platform very soon. I can say now by October, because we're about to sign any day now, literally any day now. So once that process is done,
Yeah.
y'all see it on the platforms. You're gonna see when they discussed about Redman's Redman's uh, uh, history with Method Man on the, I don't want to say Hollywood, but like they had the show, they had the
Yeah.
MTV and a Fox deal at the same time. People don't remember that.
I used to watch the show. I remember the show on Fox.
It was comedy, right?
Yeah.
Comedy sitcom.
Yeah, sitcom.
And
Yeah.
the Ashton Kutcher situation with Punk was originally Red and Meth.
Right.
So they seen a lot of success. You get what I'm saying? And you see Method's acting, Redman's getting back to acting. So, but lyrically, like, let me tell you something. I heard the next Redman album, y'all gonna hear a different Redman, and I don't mean
Is that good
like,
or bad?
nah, good, still gutter,
Okay.
but it's like, in my opinion, the way he coming from what I heard, this album should be called Reggie. Why? Because you're gonna hear more about Reggie. From what I'm hearing, don't quote me. I'm only going by a source,
Right.
a close source.
Okay.
You know, me and Redman is only 1 degree of separation right now.
Right.
I can't call that anymore. You know what I'm saying? You might even see a Redman. You gotta
Yes,
put
that
that
would be
out there
dope. That would be
straight up.
dope.
No, seriously. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna say too much. And he one of the best, man. He's one of my favorites, not just because he's from Newark,
Right.
but and at the end of the day, when you rank anybody in hip hop, yo, LL say the best. If you don't have a miss, you ain't making enough music. And think about every rapper you love, right? They've made music that you just don't approve of.
Right.
Well, LL
And,
was a genius about that after 2000, so you will be the perfect
but
person to
but
say
you know
that.
what? But here's the thing:
Mm.
LL is the first GOAT of hip hop. Straight up, LL is
That's
the
true.
first GOAT. Think about it. He outlasts, and mind you, people see him in commercial, but if you think about it, LL been himself his whole career. He wasn't talking street shit.
Right.
He was tough. His name was Ladies Love Cool J. He didn't say he sold dope. He didn't say he was a hustler. He didn't kick coochie rap type shit. He wasn't as deep as Rakim, but
Right.
he gave you that shit raw. And he was in a lot of battles from different decades and shit.
Right.
How the same person that battled Kumo D battled Cannabis? Come on. Come on.
I still feel like he lost that battle with Cannabis, but that's a whole
Because
different
he
story.
did. That's why. Because he did lose the battle.
Yeah.
Because he did. But guess what?
He didn't lose the war.
But guess what?
Right.
No disrespect, but he was taken more serious than Eminem and Melly Mel.
Right. Facts.
Who's taking that Melly Mel Eminem shit serious?
I don't know why Melly Mel did it
He
anyway.
really said
I
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And I'm be
Like a
honest,
road
Melly Mel, my
going out
nigga,
your
he didn't
book.
have to. Yo, Melly Mel didn't even have to respond to Eminem. Why? Because Melly Mel, he's still a legend.
Right.
Eminem was just having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Eminem beat Cannabis in the battle.
Right.
On Hot 90, remember Hot 97 used to have battles on the radio. You remember that?
Yeah.
They had Busta Rhymes versus Method Man one time. This is like 94. It
No, but
started.
even when they battled in Rap Olympics, that's when they battled and it became public.
Right. Cause I remember okay. And but yeah, but LL is the first GOAT, bro.
Right.
That's why listen, I always when it comes to hip hop, yo, I know everybody say Jay and Nas, they're after LL, bro. They're after. You get what I'm saying? Because again, to still in 2000 people rocking with you, and then on top of that, to have the current rappers actually want to be on your track.
Right.
Come on, like I shot you. That broke Foxy Brown. 4321 broke DMX.
Mm-hmm.
The commercial side anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like they popped off. You get what I'm saying? So and look, people still want to see LL. Like you get what I'm saying? Like from that era, he's the GOAT, yo. He's the
So
GOAT.
you wouldn't put Ice
He's the
Cube in
first
that?
rapper
You
signed
wouldn't put Ice
redemption.
Cube in that? You wouldn't put Ice Cube in that discussion? You wouldn't put Ice Cube in that discussion?
Ice Cube is a GOAT. Yo, West Coast wise, West Coast. Okay, West Coast. Some people compare them because they both in Hollywood. But think about Ice Cube. Ice Cube from the NWA era to the regular Ice Cube era, then the West Side Connection.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And Ice Cube probably would have, I wonder how Ice Cube would have sound if he had a little more Dr. Dre behind him and production wise during the Death Row era and like West Side Connection era. You get what I'm saying? Like that'd be, I don't know if Dre produced the West Side Connection, I'm not sure.
No.
But
He never
you get what I'm saying? But
he never got a chance to.
Right, but I can imagine. But I think Cube held his own far as the West Coast. He's definitely a West Coast GOAT, yo.
Yeah,
straight up.
Sure.
He like West Coast Cube, MC8, and on top of that too, man, you don't gotta make new music to still be the GOAT because if your music's timeless, that's the GOAT alone.
Facts.
Real talk. My favorite hip hop song I realized, yo, I didn't realize till a couple weeks ago what my favorite hip hop song is. I mean, my all-time favorite hip hop song.
Mm-hmm.
It took me years to realize what my all-time favorite hip hop song is. You know,
what is
it's by a duo. really one rapper, but it's a duo, and they don't got to make any more music. But because of that song is timeless.
Right.
They're gonna always they will be timeless. The choice is yours.
Oh yeah, Black Sheep. Yeah.
I'm sorry, hey, that yo, far as the song wise,
Mm-hmm.
it's something about that, yo. I can't explain it. The whole
The beat,
how it how it
the
hype
chorus.
how it sets you up,
Yeah.
then it hype you up, then it bring you back down, and then you
Right.
explode.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Definitely.
that's probably that's my favorite, yo. Cause I did an interview and I had said Uptown Anthem, but
Yeah.
I was wrong. It was and then I said something about Black Sheep.
Yeah.
But my favorite song of all time, man, is The Choice Is Yours by Black Sheep.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
But
Definitely.
but y'all, yeah, Redman's the GOAT, y'all. He's the GOAT from Jersey. I gotta give it to him. Albums, the lyrical, Eric Sherman, man. You know Eric Sherman.
Yeah.
Eh, Yo, Eric Sherman, oh yeah, and Biz Markie. I don't know if
Yes.
y'all get a chance to watch that Biz Markie
I
documentary.
saw it last week. I just saw it on streaming.
We were
Yeah,
just talking
I
about
want.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised Redman wasn't on it because Redman lived with Biz Markie one time around the time when he just got signed, I think. And Biz Markie had an apartment downtown Newark, and Biz Markie used to come around my way. Biz Markie was the first rapper I met in person
Wow.
besides Shantae, because Biz Markie used to come around my hood to pick up Shantae. I'm not from
Okay.
Queensbridge. This is when she moved to Newark,
Okay.
and she moved my hood. Yeah, she moved my hood. And for a 10-year-old to see Biz Markie, and he was the hottest rapper that summer. He was before King dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't go to a concert, but you up on hip hop. You up on the latest videos from the Video Music Box,
Right.
and he's like, "Dang, that's Biz Markie," and he was so cool. He asked my cousin's friend for a quarter. Like, yo, you got a quarter? He was that cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And real talk, like Jersey love Biz so much, bro.
Mm.
That metaverse room we got, if you notice, there's a picture of Biz Markie in it.
Right.
You notice that?
I didn't notice that because it was like so many things going on in that whole like design of it. I didn't even notice that.
Next time we have something, go upstairs. You're gonna see a picture of Biz Markie.
Okay.
And Biz Markie, Jersey got a lot of love for Biz Markie, but way before he passed away.
Right.
Mhm.
And he's one of those people that can go in any hood because of his personality and his character. But
He said they mentioned that on the documentary too. Like he could go to any hood, and because he was so liked by everybody, people just fuck with him.
yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, I ain't realized he was from Long Island. I kept forgetting. I kept looking at him like he from the Bronx. Oh, you get what I'm saying? Like
Right. Yeah.
he got boogie down Bronx swag, but so let me ask y'all a question. So,
Yeah.
far as like, what's your favorite Redman verse?
Oh, I can answer this.
Right.
My favorite Redman verse is a song from the Panther soundtrack, and it has
The
Biggie.
10 points. The 10 points joint.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
When he said fuck the vest, niggas better start putting on helmets. To me, that's when I like to be on a track with Biggie. To me, like I felt like Redman had the best verse on that song, including Biggie, and I felt like, man, he is just in his lyrical zenith. And whenever I think of Redman, I think of his verse from the Points, because it came. I don't know if it came before How High or after, but I felt like he had topped what he did on How High.
Yo,
I like the
I'm gonna
verse
say
he did
this.
on the Rock album.
Yeah, that when it came to Biggie though, man, let me tell you something. Biggie said the Source Awards that that the most memorable Source Awards, all in your
95.
videos,
for
Right?
all of the wrong reasons.
Yeah, yeah. Biggie said, "Yo, I knew I was." He said, "I didn't know I was going to win lyrical because it had Nas and Redman on there." I said that in the
Yeah.
documentary. Actually, he said Biggie said it. I
I
didn't expect
remember.
to win because the category was Nas and Redman. And you think about it,
Right.
95, those were the top
Yeah.
lyricists, Nas, Redman, and Biggie.
Definitely.
But I think Biggie. I'm not gonna say Biggie. I'm not gonna say Biggie won for his commercial success, but I think at the time Biggie had the more relatable character.
Yeah.
Mm.
Real talk, no disrespect, but Biggie Biggie had a little Bismarck. Biggie was Bismarck, Scarface,
And King
and
T.
Kane.
King T. Because he also idolized King T.
He do got some King T in him.
Yeah.
I miss King T, yo. King T was my dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, King T album was rocking when Niggas for Life album dropped. I remember us listening to King T
Yeah.
and Ice Cube was on it, and they was going in. But
Mhm.
Biggie was definitely like I real talk. I think Scarface should have been on Life After Death.
Yeah. That definitely.
Nick, niggas bleed just like us. I get Scarface energy.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Niggas believe it's like I get that Scarface energy
I can
all
see
day.
that. Yeah, like the diary kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Exactly, diary. Exactly.
Really dark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey,
Exactly.
try.
Yeah.
And you know, like Face is one of the rappers that I forget where he's from. Because once I'm in tune with you, I don't care where you're from. If you raw,
Right.
you hot, I don't even care. I forget. Like I don't call him a South rapper.
Yeah.
I don't call Wayne a South rapper. I don't call Ross a South rapper. Shit, I don't even call Jeezy a South rapper no more, but his
Right.
accent is strong. But or T.I. T.I., you know, like they just, you know, T.I. was representing the trap of the South.
Yeah.
But, you know, Boosie, yeah, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I
Yo,
can't, but I
Red,
love
you
Lil
gotta
Boosie.
go.
Yeah, I'm about to head out, try.
All right, man. Hit me up later.
I got you.
Let me
Nice
ask
meeting
Ray.
all y'all.
Yo,
Dope
salute,
rankings on the
brother.
Redman album. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if we do more of this shit.
Subscribe to Reg's channel. We
Yes.
going live. I think on what, Sunday? We going live again?
Sunday.
Sunday.
I sent you the
Okay.
schedule too and shit.
All right. Cool.
All right. Peace, y'all. Be
Let me
safe.
ask.
Salute, brother.
Let me ask Ray something. Like, you know how much I love battle rap. You know, new like Jersey got some of the rawest battle rappers ever. Arsenal, Shotgun Suge,
Free
the
Sue
Jersey
Surge.
Twerk, Real Sick.
Yo,
Do you think Redman influenced battle rap as far as Jersey? Like, does he get the proper respect for how much his MCing owes to being a battle rapper?
actually, truth be told, the battle rappers from Jersey always give from the rip, they always give flowers to Tretch and Redman and Tretch. You get what I'm saying? It's one, but speaking of Jersey battle rappers, it's one Jersey battle rapper that for some reason he's a little overlooked, but he's one of the toughest battle rappers ever, and it's O Red.
Oh, I mean, I don't like, to me he's like the sports metaphor dude. Like, he has the illest sports metaphors of any battle rapper I've ever heard. Like, I love this battle against Iron Solomon. You know,
Did you see the one with him and what's my guy from Harlem name? Dot Mob.
oh, T-Rex.
T-Rex. Yo,
Yeah,
did you see that battle?
absolutely. Yeah.
We go front and center.
Is T-Rex still like saying writtens, then he's playing it off like his freestyles? Because he was doing that like years ago.
Now T-Rex, he's battled since then. He's battled
Okay.
he battled Tay Rock. He battled Big K a few weeks ago. He's even gotten in shape.
I remember when T-Rex was battling like Uncasa and Dipset, and his homeboys knew every word he was saying.
Yeah, that was
on
like in
Smack DVD.
2010.
Yeah,
My
smack. Yeah,
Smack
smack
DVD.
joints. Yeah,
Now that was before 2010. That was like that was before URL. That was Smack DVD.
yeah, smack DVDs. Yeah,
That was when when Smack DVD was out, right? The top
right.
battle rapper was Jay Mills.
Jay Mills,
Hmm.
and he was nice. He was
Yeah,
nice.
and Mook was coming up, and
Yeah,
the first Luck and Mook battle, Lux won that one.
right. I saw that
But
one.
that Total Slaughter,
Yeah,
I
Lux
don't even
out
count
slaughtered.
that battle, man.
Why not?
To me, it was so like the environment was so corporate, and
No,
like to
why
me, like
not?
what you mean?
Total Slaughter?
yeah, like
That's not corporate. You know why? Because they didn't give you corporate flow. They gave you gutter street flow. Nigga, Murder Mook put the do-rag on
Yeah,
and slaughtered. He didn't beat him. Ebro said, yo, we watched one of the greats take a fall.
yeah,
Ain't no
I
talking
remember
about
he
that, bro.
exposed Loaded Lux for talking shit about Busta Rhymes, and Loaded Lux, like he came, like to me, it felt like he came with rhymes for a cipher as opposed to a battle. But
That's his fault.
maybe I'm looking at it from the perspective of the aesthetic. Like like Smack has a street aesthetic compared to Total Slaughter, where it looked like it was real shiny.
But you gotta understand though, Smack had battles on a similar stage to Total Slaughter after Total Slaughter. You think about it. URL got even bigger after that.
right.
So you can't say that. Look, I mean, only thing that I'm gonna tell you what was corporate though. Do you remember the all right. So you remember when Cassie uh battled Disaster, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
And they had too many cats on the stage, so they had to like cancel it and do it again in the
yeah,
garage the next day. You remember that? It was
yeah,
pay-per-view.
yeah.
yeah.
Cassidy bodied Disaster
Right.
with that impression.
That company, bro, I couldn't stand them because it was some cats with money. They put the battle together, and the dude who funded it, he ain't had to show his face. He turned around like and had a dog, like some rich feminine dude with a dog. I'm like, yo, that ain't battle
But
rap.
it,
Yo,
but
man, get out of here.
but Raka, if you think that was corporate back then, have you seen the battles now where they like they sell out like arenas? They
Yeah,
got the big. Mhm.
like when Smack went to Caffeine.
Right.
I remember like they had like to me like you remember when K Shine battled Pat Stay and it looked like a Hollywood set.
Right.
I felt like that was the most shiny, most sterile environment for a battle rap event.
You got to check out the ones they have now, especially with the women. They selling out arena. They selling out like
They
regular
sell,
theaters. Yeah.
especially that with that Chrome 23
Yeah.
and that
Remy
and
Martin
Queen
joint.
of the Ring.
Yeah.
Yo,
I fuck with Remy. I fuck with Remy's battle
Yeah.
rap
Queen
league.
of the Ring. I
Sometimes I
was
like
watching
them
Queen of the Ring
battles
for
even
like
more
10
than
years.
male battles.
now
Yeah.
that Queen of the Ring is a problem. What's the other one? Queen of the
King of a
Ring, Chrome
Dot,
23.
got RB Rare Breed Entertainment.
King of the Dot came back.
I didn't see.
And
I
then, and
haven't
then they
seen.
went through something after the pandemic.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I
No,
haven't seen
I
it.
haven't seen many King of a Dot battles. Like the
Ar-
last battle that I've seen, you remember Disaster? He has his own league, and
Right.
Organic, the owner of King of a Dot, was there to support. It's called
What about RBE?
Grind Time GTX.
I like RBE right now because
Talk that shit.
Smack. I love Smack. You can't copy respect. Smack's
Right.
always be my number one,
Facts.
but it's hard to find the battles like I used to. Like I'm still chasing DNA versus How to Die.
They Smack is they went to the app. Like they no longer put the battles on YouTube. Everything is on their app. So in order to access their battles, you have to buy the app to do so.
That's whack, yo. They let people see it. You know
So
what
it's
I'm
not on
saying?
caffeine though.
Oh, they let the caffeine deal ran out.
Damn.
That's why like Drake. That's why like when Drake partnered with Smack, it was on Caffeine. But once the deal ran out, they went to something else. But I know that the battles aren't on Caffeine anymore.
Yeah, that Caffeine.
But they were free because Caffeine was sponsoring it.
Yeah, so see, I like I said, I'm a big time and my favorite battle rapper in 20, y'all might laugh, but my favorite battle rapper is, mind you, Arsenal's always gonna be one of my favorites. Arsenal, like I watched Arsenal come up since 2009. Right. We knew he was gonna be that dude since back then, right? Especially after he beat rest in peace to Tech 9. Y'all remember Tech 9?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was on Lord Alexa's Battle Rap League, Lions Den. That was like
Lions Den. Yes. Lions Den, yes. Right. That and Grind Time. But the thing is, my favorite battle rapper is Hollow Don.
Okay.
Straight up. Even though Math was one of my favorites too, because I'm not gonna lie. What made Math one of my favorites, he made a comeback from a battle rap that I didn't think he had a chance to come back. Y'all remember Iron Solomon, right? Iron Solomon?
Yeah.
I remember that one.
When they battled, I said, Math is over. But then when Math came back, I was like, yo, that's that.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I said Solomon. I remember Iron Solomon said, I took her to wood shop. Now Math is history. I was like, oh man, he killed you, Math. And then Math was like, I said, Solomon, I got that butter was cracking. He said, I'm more of a parquet guy. Less fattening, yo. But the way Math did Hollow the Don, bro.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's still my favorite battle rap after that. The way did y'all see that?
I saw like clips of it. I didn't see the whole match.
You gotta see it, bro. Yo, he kind of, if you watch the old Red battle, right, with T-Rex.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch the Loaded Lux battle against Calico. No, not the Loaded Lux. The Loaded Lux battle against
Murder Mook.
Hollow the Don.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how he brought Calico 5 on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Math used all those elements and threw them. Math brought the people who really put up the money for the LOM clothing line.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that was on the RBE. I remember that.
Wow.
Because the controversy was Hollow the Don was, siphoning money from the top, and his partners didn't know about it. So Math brought the business partners to the battle to show just how disloyal Hollow the Don always was.
And say he an owner and said, you can see me at LOM.com. Yo, I think that was one of Math's best battles, yo. Straight up, yo. Like, because I'm wondering why he got a goose on, how he had the snorkel on. It's hot as hell.
Right.
Remember? And then he opened it up, he had the LOM on. Like,
man.
And he like I said, because Hollow is one of the best, man. Like Hollow, all competition, like Charlie Clips. Charlie Clips is a beast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I remember Charlie Clips mopping John the Don on Queen's Flip platform back in the day. Remember the Quiet Room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, you whole week looking motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Hollow that dude, man. Like, that's why I want to see the DNA. So you mean I have to download the URL app and subscribe for that one, right?
Yeah, it's like I think it's like $7.99.
They bugging.
But the problem, like you mentioned, Hollow the Don. Like I remember when he battled DNA. Hollow was so flustered, and I've never seen him so frustrated and visibly shaking. Like DNA was just mopping the floor with him.
I heard, man. I heard. I like DNA, but I'm more of a Hollow fan. Like,
yeah.
When Hollow, I think I became a fan of Hollow when he beat Loaded Lux, yo.
Yeah, that was on.
That was good.
I remember Arsenal's league.
You
As a
don't,
matter of fact, that was in Hollow. That was in Jersey.
yeah, and that's another thing too. Being that it was in Jersey, right? None of them from Jersey. Hollow's not from Jersey. Neither is Loaded Lux. So it's a mutual zone. And the crowd was screaming, "Hollow, hollow, hollow." It was like, yo. And the way they did it, as if Hollow battled a nobody. And that's Lux.
Yeah.
And that's Lux in his prime.
Right.
And to me, that was Lux first L, and he took another L that summer with Total Slaughter. He took 2 L's in 1 year.
Oh, yeah. Hey, remember when I said that I didn't really count that Total Slaughter battle? Only a minute in terms of the environment, but in terms of what was actually said, Loaded Lux, he looked like he was disloyal, but he was a backstabber talking behind people's back, and Murder Mook took advantage of it. And Mook is such a great, he knows how to scheme, he knows how to take a weakness of yours and magnify it where people will look at you differently.
Right.
Yeah, because Buzzer stood up. You saw Buzzer stood up in the crowd.
man, if you could see the look on Loaded Lux's face, it was like, God damn, you getting called to the carpet. And
Talking about his girl was busting moves for him, busting checks and all that, and you know, like he like that did Cassie battle Murder Mook? Oh no.
No, we never battled.
They should have. But I'm gonna tell you something. Now, Cassidy. Let me explain something about Cassidy. I love Cassidy. Cassidy is one of the best lyricists. Philly wise, is he the best lyricist? Yes. I think so.
You think so? Over Beans?
He has more punchline than Beans. You know why I say that? It's just like he got more punchline than Beans. I give him that. Like he like what Fab is to Brooklyn.
Oh God! Don't say that.
Yeah.
I think Fabulous.
Say
At one point, I felt like Fabulous could have been the heir to Jay-Z. He's not that.
Or Papoose.
I think Papoose is better.
Nah, Papoose way nicer than Cassidy to me.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say way nicer, man. Cassidy a problem, but here's the thing. Cassidy
the only reason why I say that, have you heard Cassidy's last freestyle? There's a reason why he's getting mocked, man. Yeah. Like the unintentional pause lines, like.
See. The thing is, this is what I want to say about Cassidy, right? Cassidy, I'm gonna tell you what Cassidy does, yo, and what he did, and can't nobody, because you can see it, right? I'm not talking about now. He beat Disaster in the battle, right? He beat Disaster,
Clear.
Right? The first part, Disaster might have got him, but they had to cancel it. So the next day he got him in the garage. But let's go back to the face-offs. The face-offs, he be gassing them, yo. Like he be putting fear in them. Like you can't tell me when he was about to battle Goods, it felt like he had the league shook, yo.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, he can't be talking like that for rap. He can't be talking like that. They ain't had that same energy. Like, what? Who you talking to? No.
I think it was because they were seeing somebody from the music industry pretty much drag their nuts.
Right.
That's no reason, man. Let me be a battle rapper and a music industry nigga come in. I'm like, what? Who you talking to? Matter of fact, yo, Smack, man, get this little nigga out of here. They ain't had none of that energy. John and Donnie was like, yo, man, he can't be talking to us like that. I'm like, yo, this is Cassidy. And all that, and when he battled Goods, who won that battle?
Goods.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I remember when Cassidy said y'all booing the hottest shit on stage or something like that. Like they was walking out of the venue when he was
like that. Arsenal got him, yo. Arsenal did him dirty.
But you know what the fucked up part? That was Arsenal at 60%. That ain't Arsenal at his peak at all. Like when Arsenal battled Geechee Gotti, he was way better. But that just shows how much worse Cassidy was.
But he seldom battles though. I can't even front like Cassidy. See, when he battled though, like we battle Meek, I'm disappointed because it's the music, like the production was like old school. You get what I'm saying? It was like,
Mhm.
and Flex even said like, "Yo, man, like you all know Meek is not lyrically better than Cassidy, but Meek had the music behind him.
Right.
All Cassidy needed was the music behind him, man. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, he the body Meek, but that you got them dope lyrics, but that beat is just like that bad. It's like,
But
oh
but
God,
that wasn't that always his issue with the first album. The production sucked. He came back with "I'm a Hustler." It was okay, but it wasn't great.
yeah. Well, that era was cool. It's just that, yo, I don't know if you remember that battle with him and Meek, man. Yo, the production was like, and it's bad. Like, you know, it's bad if your lyrics is dope, your lyrics are
Right.
fire, and the production is so bad, it make you win like, I can't even take it no more. Like, nah. Like, some
I think
cats do that.
I think Cassidy is a perfect example of how some MCs, when left to their own devices, they flounder. Like
Mm-hmm.
Swiss Beast would have been the person that would have helped them separate the good ideas from the great ideas. Like let's focus on this, and then go from there. But
Um,
yeah,
you talking about Swiss Beats?
yeah, like when Cassidy was on Full Surface, I felt like Swiss helped. He helped guide Cassidy through making albums.
No,
'Cause-
not the first one.
No, no, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about as far as like the second and third. The
yeah,
second he was on fire, and
Yeah,
then he got that case,
right.
and then he got to an accident after he came home. Remember?
Car accident, right. Yeah,
And I'm
mhm.
home. Tell get the Patron and tell him that it's on
right.
because he got in that case first. That remember that charge.
Yeah, he had to charge
Mhm.
first.
It
But
was strange. I can't really describe it, but it was strange. You know what I'm saying? It was. I'm not gonna lie. That case stunted his growth because Cassie was on the come up too. That was the era where Santana was hot.
facts.
We knew Lil Wayne was on his way, but he wasn't there yet. He might have been like Carter 1.
Yeah.
He wasn't Carter 2, like Carter 1. So it was
Mhm.
like it was that era. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, you know,
It was around the time when he was fucking around heavy with Dipset in Harlem.
Yeah.
Wayne, right?
Weezy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because Harlem, Dipset. Let me tell you something, yo. Dipset energy influenced that Carter 2 album, yo. Straight
Right.
up.
No
Right.
doubt.
That, yo,
Absolutely.
listen, it's no different from the Wu Gambinos
Mm-hmm.
influencing Nas. It was written.
Facts.
That's a
I
great
don't
way of putting it, man.
I don't
Like,
I don't
I
that's a hot
didn't
take
I
right there.
didn't think of it like that, but yeah, it makes a whole lot of
Well, I
sense.
mean, would you also include Fat Joe Jealous One's Envy? Because that did come
I
out
would
like a
include
year
Do or Die. I would include Do or Die.
ago.
AZ.
Died. Yeah.
Do or Die, AZ, and Perpetrate is the energy for it was no. Let me run that back. Infamous, Purple Tape, Do or Die equals it was written.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
The
my
only people that was missing on it was written was Ray and Ghost.
and he got it. Of course, he got it on cassette. The Tape King. Classic,
Hey,
classic album.
I never got rid of my cassettes.
That's great.
More money, more murder is one of the best back and forths, yo. It was the
Definitely,
toughest.
definitely.
You get what I'm saying? And the way his description game and the mahogany, black scenery, that was lightning with raindrops. I'm tied up in a basement,
Cocaine
cocaine
spot.
spot like Bangkok. I'm
Crazy.
blindfold. Vietnam type mind controllers torture. His
Right.
accent sounds like the rarest culture.
Rarest
What?
culture.
Come on,
And,
man.
and you know what was dope? He was actually blindfolded in the video. If you
Yes,
remember.
yes.
Yeah.
It was part 2 to Do or Die.
Don't
That
die.
song.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
a jungle sometimes. And at the end, he had now Thompson. He was blindfolded Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
like a jungle sometimes. He was like, what?
Crazy.
Yeah, we got your man. And then the sequel video was More Money, More Murder.
Right.
Like, yo, AZ was on fire, bro. And I told people AZ blew up before Nas, yo.
Facts.
Because Do or Die, that 96 before it was written dropped, right?
Yeah.
You know you hot when you on all the R&B features. That's how you know you hot.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
on
with
the R&B features?
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo, yeah,
So For Real,
yeah,
and I forgot who else.
that's right.
I seen
He was
D'Angelo
on
one on
So
the
For Real.
gram the other day, actually.
Yeah,
That freestyle. But yeah, you gotta
Man,
give it to AZ, yo.
yo,
AZ is one of the best of all time too. Yo, I don't care what nobody say. Like,
definitely.
here in Detroit, man, AZ was like AZ had Sugar Hill playing nonstop on JOB. He had the joint with, of course, D'Angelo. I think he had a joint with Monifa.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I think he knew how, like, for whatever reason, like he had a
He was
certain
on
appeal.
the remix for I Miss You. It was that one, right?
yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the original was McGruff. The
Hmm.
original was McGruff and the remix was AZ.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Heavy D was on that too, the Monifa joint.
Yeah, because Heavy D, that was like the last days of Uptown.
Yeah, he was producing her album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uptown was yeah. That's that Andre Harrell, Heavy
yeah.
D.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That birthed Bad Boy.
Yeah.
People
Facts.
don't know that.
Who do y'all think have a better chemistry with the other, AZ or Nas or Hov and Beans?
Oh
AC
man.
and Nas all day.
Nah, I gotta go with Hov and Beans because they did more together than AZ and Nas.
I don't know, bro. AZ and Nas did a lot of work though. They did a lot.
Hov and Beans, they got it's on. They got what's the drink? The freeway drink? I forgot the name of that drink.
I can
What
name
we
a lot.
do?
Nah, Nas and AZ
Um,
did a lot. Let's start with Life's a Bitch, More Money, More Murder. Um, them freestyles from the firm. Um, Higher Living. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying?
The
Don't
essence,
forget Stillmatic and
the essence,
Asiatic
the
and
essence.
Serious. Nah, they no Nas and AZ. And they back and forth. Like that's how you know the chemistry when the back and forth is so tight.
Right.
Like Styles P and Kiss, they back and forth is like it's the same person.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, I want to say Beans and Hove. Like nah,
I, I mean, see, and Beans and Hove got joints with Scarface. Somehow, some way. The joint from the Dynasty. What's the name of that joint? This must be.
She's
Must
just
be life.
talking.
this
No,
must be life.
this
Can't be
must be
life.
life. Yeah, that's from Dynasty.
This can't be life.
Yeah, this can't be life.
You also have
Um,
a joint called Streets is Talking
she's
from
just
the
talking.
Dynasty album.
Right. They did a lot of collabs together, but they had like other people on those collabs or some of them.
Like yo, that's that song called Serious by AZ and Nas.
Yeah,
Listen to that, yo.
that was dope.
That back and forth. Oh my god, I might play that tomorrow. It's like
I agree.
check word is born. Like the flow and what was that song called on the Asiatic album? The Essence. He was like, son, who laced you with the ill haircut? Lenny, he blessed me with the sharp blade. That nigga's play. That nigga's pay. He make a pretty pin. Yo, you heard it with the new bottoms. Check them out, they royal blue. Them shits is baby blue. They powder blue. Your shits is hard. You holler with them frames on. Nigga, you James Bond. And he was like, and when they break that shit down,
Uh-huh.
um, and then Nas at the end, he was like, met some better hoes than them motherfucking rapper shows. I'm trying to wipe a chick, light and spit, despite me like the left the parts of life's a bitch. Like, man, them niggas get busy, man. Them niggas light niggas up on the back and forth, man. What?
They did.
Listen, Jay,
That,
my nigga, Beans, my nigga, but Nas and AZ light them niggas up on that back and forth shit, bro.
and that's
Like,
why we wanted the album. We wanted Nas and AZ album.
that Nas and AZ album was supposed to have been out, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I think with me personally, I'd rather hear a new Nas AZ album before I hear another Hit Boy Nas album.
I agree. I do want to hear that.
Cause we can go another year or two without another Hit Boy Nas album.
Yeah, I do
It
want to
ain't
hear
that.
that.
Yeah.
No, but I mean they proved they ain't got he ain't got nothing to prove to us no more.
Right.
That's don't let the series be. But and especially like and this to me, within the last 5 years, it's a new era of hip hop that people only real hip hop paying attention to. Like
Right.
Griselda's responsible for it. They're part as far as like bring back. I don't want to sound cliche, see real hip hop, but it is, and it's raw.
Right.
And Griselda had the energy to make certain OGs relevant. Like they had AZ on the Hitler's Herms album.
Yeah.
OG, you get what I'm saying? And that also inspired Nas to go hard in this era. Don't get it twisted. Nas pay attention to Benny and all them niggas because Nas, I think, did a song with Benny, if I'm not mistaken, on Benny's album that's coming out, maybe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, and he had AZ on it. So, and it's like that crowd welcomes that audience welcomes a Nas, a AZ,
right,
a G-Rap, you know what I'm saying, a Boot Camp, shit like that, the broadcasts, you know what I'm saying? So I really believe that.
Oh, yeah.
I think AZ and Nas, like their chemistry is symbiotic, meaning that when you think of one, you think of the other. I don't think with Hov and Beans, you really there.
Now
Beans and Free, that's something different.
Yeah,
that's a good.
That's what I'm getting at. Like AZ and Nas, like they're just like they're one and the same. Like even though Nas is more, he's more iconic. I never looked at AZ being a step below Nas. Same thing with, Beans and Free. I think Hove and Beans, like for a segment in time, their
or a back and forth for Nas and AZ. A back and forth for Nas and AZ. Hove he need big, straight up. He need big.
Yeah.
That was Big. That's who his best back and forth was with Big.
Right.
Think about it. From Brooklyn, and they didn't have that much time. I mean, from Brooklyn's Finest, so I Love the Dough.
That was it.
Young G's.
And the Commission.
G's, yeah. They could have cut Puffy's part out. You know what I'm saying?
we all agree with that. We all agree.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he started it off. Cut his part out.
Puff, I mean, Puff, man. He tried. Puff. Puffy's rap a little too much now. I think about it back then.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I think like Biggie like always felt like he was handicapped by Puff in the studio because like there's no telling the label owner that you don't want him on the song. Like that's why you had Puffy rapping on Dolly My Baby with Supercat.
But you know what though, Puff flow, believe it or not, it might sound hypocritical, and plus it's Road Bomb, but he sound better with Mace than with Big. You know what I mean? Like, because that was their flow. Can't nobody take my pride.
Right. That was a hit.
Mace, will you please stop smoking?
I'm not even going to debate that because it's like, I think it's all about preference and what song you rather prefer.
Mace, will you please stop smoking la la? Puff, why try? I'm a thug, I'm a die. I'll be out in Jersey, puffing Hershey. Yo, but shout out to them niggas though, yo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's amazing how like Puff can acquire so much talent and really get more than one album. Black Rob, G-Dep.
That was his fault though, because he wasn't paying his artists. His artists wanted to leave.
See,
I was a major Black Rob fan, man.
Yeah, like Black Rob was dope.
Yo, my favorite Black Rob song was one with Akon, yo. Word up, yo.
Which one was that?
I can't
I don't remember that.
That song was tough. Like,
was that on Akon's album?
I don't know. Because it came out way after the war. It was years after the war. It probably been like, I think somewhere around 04, 05, something like that. Maybe 06. But it was tough, man. Like, that was when Akon was rising.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Akon, whatever.
So at that time, Black Rob was on Duck Down. He had signed like a 1-album deal with Duck Down.
Yeah, what's called Game.
The game something. I forgot the name of it.
Like Rob was signed to Yeah.
Yeah, boot camp. It was one
Game
album.
Test the Streets approved.
To beat it to Buckshot and Drew High.
Yeah, and he's also on the Smith and Wesson Pete Rock album. He's on a track on that one.
Hey, what y'all think about
Oh look, you got it. Of course you got it on cassette.
I mean, I was here for Black Rob, man.
You just taking out the gems tonight, man.
No, I like Black Rob.
Yeah, Black Rob was dope.
But and I like I like the Chain Gang was one of my favorites too, probably because of the locks.
Yeah, that was
and
dope.
Can I Live with the Locks? Like the song Black Rob did with the Locks was tough. Like
that was originally a lock song.
Yeah.
Yo, the old Locks.
Album.
Did y'all ever listen? I don't know, Rock. If you ever, I'm pretty sure they did have it down in Detroit, but the old Locks, right? I'm talking about Locks had a mixtape called The Best of Locks, and we didn't even know what they looked like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I used to walk past the Locks uptown by Jimmy Jazz all the time. Me and my crew playing their music, they still ain't saying shit.
Right.
They probably wouldn't pay them some money. They probably was just smoking, chilling, smoking like everybody else, right? But yo, they was the hottest. Cause back then, we had videos, but it's like it didn't get to the real video era. The real video era didn't come into like I say late 90s and 2000s or whatever. You know what I mean? Like everything's a video. Now we make videos too, but it's not appreciated like it was. You get what I'm saying? Right. But they had some fire mixtape. These be Locks and Carsino.
Yeah. A lot of unreleased joints on that one.
Yeah, Locks, Carsino.
And Carsino was doing his own thing. They would play, like, I remember Flex used to play his shit.
And Mace. And they would have Mace on it.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought. Like at one point, I thought Mace was one of the Locks.
That was the rumor. I heard that he was the fourth member, but Puffy, when they went to Bad Boy, Puffy split them up and he made Mace a solo artist and kept the three for the Locks.
Okay, because
they used to all freestyle like with Big L and Harlem and all that.
Yeah, they used to fit in.
Yeah.
And I thought Mace was, but now I knew what Mace looked like because he had that what's that called? The 112 remix.
Oh, Only You remix.
Yeah. Only You.
Yeah.
But first time I heard the Locks was Niggas Done Started Something on Clue mixtape, Summer '96, and it had DMX, and that to me that was one of Raw's. That was like the toughest songs I heard. That was probably the toughest song I heard that summer. Like first of all, I ain't know none of them niggas, right?
Right.
And I'm like, yo, these niggas tough. And I didn't realize Mace was the same dude from the Children of the Corn song with Big L, with Cam, Bloodshed.
Yep.
They was killing it. You get what I'm saying? American Dream.
Yeah.
McGruff. I knew who McGruff and Big L was. I didn't know Murder Mace and Killer Cam yet.
Right.
But they was killing it.
Yeah. And remember, Murder Mace was on the Big L album.
That's right, he was. And I didn't even put two and two together back then. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because he was also in that video too, that second video, MVP. He had a coat on, just chilling, whatever.
Yeah. And they were trying to line up Big L at the club.
Yeah.
Right.
In the video.
Right. That's right. But at the same time, like, that's why even when Mace came out with the shiny suit, he was respected because Mace was literally that dude.
Yeah. He's
going Hot 97, rip it. You give him a feature here, rip it. He be on the mixtapes, he rip it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was dope, man. Like, he had a major influence. Like, he made red fitted hats hot. Let's be clear. I started wearing red fitted hats because of Mace, yo. I'm gonna keep 1,000 with you. I got that from Mace, yo. I look back, I got that from Mace. The red fitted hats to the back.
I had when Harlem World came out, I had cornrows and I cut my braids and got waves because of Mace. Like we were rocking do-rags because of that nigga. So
Averex,
yeah, Averex
Mace, yo.
leathers. Yeah.
Yo, that's Mace, yo. Yo, real
yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Averex leathers, I think, yeah, Mace, yo. Nas too. Nas and Mobb Deep made it tough too. I'm not gonna lie, Nas and Mobb Deep.
And they were actually modeling for Averex at that time.
They were.
Yeah.
Helly Hansen.
Yeah.
Helly Hansen, I do that more like Ray and Ghost and niggas.
Like 94, 93, 94, Helly Hansen. The
Raekwon and Ghost.
The rain suits and shit.
Yeah, Raekwon and Ghost. Polos and all that stuff. But Mace, he had that ill flow. Like he was just like he was he had that like Harlem Boy Wonder style. You get what I'm saying? And he was the Prince of Harlem. Let's be honest. Like
he was
the Prince of Harlem. And
then Cameron stole it from him. So Cam is the new Prince of Harlem now.
Nah, he not Cam, the King of Harlem.
King of Harlem.
Hey, yo, listen. Through the test of time, like Mace will always have an impact on Harlem.
Yeah.
But Cam,
oh yeah.
Hey, yo, and I might sound hypocritical. Like Mace always have a special place in Harlem. But when it come to, if you want to rank somebody after Cam, I gotta give it to Jim. I can't even front because Jim been that consistent, man. He became his own man.
He's come a long way. He's come a long way.
And I ain't gonna front, bro. I would love to do one on Harlem, yo. Yeah. And I wouldn't just cover Dipset. I cover people who knew Big L, McGruff. You know, I would love to do something on Harlem. And even if somebody watching and try to jack it wouldn't even matter because my style is my style. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. I would do some real raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because I watched a lot of that Harlem Uptown. Like I remember the BBO boys on and Snaggerpuss on doo-wop mixtapes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I really go back and like Harlem used to make clue mixtapes hot like back then, like you know, like what's his name? Cardan was you get what I'm saying?
I remember when Cardan had that beef with Mace.
And
you remember that?
They was friends though, right? They
were friends. He had did songs, the Clue tapes. He had like songs on the Clue tapes, and then they had like some falling out. And then he was like dissing Mace and shit, and he never got a chance to come out with anything though.
I mean, the same thing happened with Stan Spit.
With Stan Spit, yeah.
This Cameron, and then Cameron made Dear Stan.
Right.
Over
the Stan beat.
Dude from Belly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey yo, but I'm gonna tell you why.
On the big picture.
Yeah, he was on the Big L joint.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all why I consider Cam the King of Harlem. I'm gonna tell you why. Let's start from his beginnings, right? He came up under Big L and Mace, right?
Right.
Next you know, Big L died. Next you know, Mace went, you know,
the bad boy
to the church.
Right.
Who else was holding Harlem down? It was Cam. Now he held Harlem down. He brought it back up, and he ain't just started a movement. He turned movements into movements. Like you figure, Dipset, it birthed what? It's the Skull Gang and the Bird Gang,
right?
Max B. You know what I'm saying? Hell Rel. Listen, Hell Rel was a problem, bro.
Oh yeah.
Listen. I know Cass was trying to clown about something that happened on social media.
Yeah.
Hell Rel was a problem, yo.
Definitely.
Cass ain't want to see Hell Rel, yo.
Nope.
Cass, yo. Hell Rel to Cam was what Beans is to Jay, bro. Let's just keep it with that.
There was one point when Hell Rel was telling Styles, "I'm the hardest out."
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? I remember that mistake.
Yes. Hell Rel to Cam is what Beans was to Jay-Z, yo.
Yeah.
Let's keep 1,000. And J.R. Ryder.
Definitely.
J.R. Ryder, yo. Nobody wanted with Hell Rel and J.R. Ryder, yo. Come on.
That Ryder
is a problem, yo. They still are problems.
They still killing him.
40 Cal.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? 40 Cal. So
40 Cal had a battle on RBE against Ill Will.
That's right. That's right.
Ill Will beat 40 Cal, but 40 Cal isn't scared to battle.
They had Bezel. You know, they had the dudes from London, SAS.
Oh, yo, that's hold up. They funny though, because they had a DVD
Mhm.
and they kept putting a chain on
Right.
Dipset, but people try to make it look like they kidnapped them or something crazy
Right.
like that. Remember that? But
Yes.
they
Yeah.
was they was a,
Yo,
they was
I remember there
cool.
was one time when Dame went out to London and he got pistol whipped. You remember that? He had like a big scar on his head.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, he got jacked in London and they pistol whipped him and like he was promoting for SAS out there.
Yeah, well, listen. One thing about Dame, he's getting some scuffles. I respect Dame. Dame's hold it down.
Yeah,
Like I tell people, man, like you see what you want about Dame, but Dame was the leader of Rockefeller.
definitely.
I know Irv Gotti kind of ranting right now. Listen,
I
let's
don't
set
get
the
it.
record straight.
I don't get it because Gotti did stuff with Rockefeller. So why is he throwing shade at Dame now?
They got a little in-house disagreements, whatever. But let's be
Right.
clear: Dame is the leader of Rockefeller,
Definitely.
right?
Definitely.
If Dame wasn't aggressive in those offices, all his artists
Def
wouldn't
Jam
got
would
what
have
they
been
deserved.
all over Rockefeller.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
So I say this all the time, bro. In a black part of the music industry, if you didn't have a Dame Dash, a Suge Knight, or a Joe Jackson, cats would have been living like the first album, second album, a new edition. Because
And,
Joe Jackson did some harsh things to,
but but also without this particular man, there would be no Dame Dash, there would be no Irv Gotti, there would be no Russell Simmons. I'm talking about Clarence Savant.
Somebody that just passed away.
Yeah.
Like
No. See, I'm not. No. He played no. Talking about the Black Godfather. No,
Right.
much respect to him.
Mhm.
He played a major part. But let's be clear: if Joe Jackson wasn't aggressive on the business side back then, people like if you're black in the business, you had to have somebody aggressive. Listen,
Absolutely, I totally agree. I would just bring
them
up Clarence
white
Savant
dudes would cut
because he
that
was the
check with a
same way.
smile. That check could say $5. You know what I'm saying? And they say good job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep selling records. Look how they did no audition, man. They was babies, man.
Yeah.
How you gonna send them kids that work that hard?
Mm-hmm.
Back to the projects
I saw the
with
Math
checks to
Hoffa
buy a
interview.
sandwich.
I saw the interview that Biff gave with Math Hoffa, and he talked about when they were broke, and if it wasn't for Michael Bivins, they would still be broke now.
Michael Bivins to me is kind of like the I don't want to say Ice Cube of the group because some people might say Bobby Brown, but I say that because on the business side he wasn't trying to be beat.
Right.
And I respect Michael Bivins. But again, before he was able to be in that position, they were kids getting robbed.
Yeah.
And that black manager, I don't know if he's still alive, he should be ashamed of himself, man. Like, come on, man. Like,
that was
Maurice Starr.
Yeah,
you
Maurice Starr.
kids back to the projects with a check to not enough to buy a sandwich, man. And they done made y'all millions.
Yep.
And like, but that's what I like about Cam, because Cam says something like, yo, man, when I go into these offices, I had an attitude like, look, I don't hear about no points, nigga. How much? Get to the point. Because that's what they do. Well, so it's nothing but a system to distract you from what it really is, yo. And that's in all business. It ain't just the music business. Music business, they just try to music business and whatever business, they try to make it even more complicated. But certain points in, screw all that, nigga. How much? Because I'm pretty sure when the smoke clears, the owners of that contract, they know how much. When they create those contracts, they are having in mind how much. They're not going through, oh, we do this, do that. Nah, they're not going through that. But they put you through it. They putting us through it. You get what I'm saying? As far as us blacks, let's keep 1,000. Mm-hmm. But
the language in the contract is meant
to
be veiled. It's meant to be coded because you won't understand exactly how much for points are worth.
That's exactly what he was telling Hoffa. He was like, they were just going through the damn papers just to sign it and get the deal. They didn't care about points and all that.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. If any rapper, anybody in business looking at this interview this blog right now, this is the best advice. And mind you, I ain't been in the music industry. I'm going by what people told me, what I've learned from people who in it, right?
Right.
And this is just business, period, right? You got any representation you have that's going over that, if you don't understand it, it ain't just about, first of all, I don't care if my lawyer understand it. I want to understand it, right?
Right.
If you don't understand it enough, right? You request for, listen, I need a clearer contract. I need a clearer contract. I don't need, I'm not, if I want to learn a new language, I would take up French. You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No. And that's the attitude that people like Cam, 50,
Mm-hmm.
and believe it or not, yo, Afina Shakur said Pac used to always go back in the offices to renegotiate. People didn't know that.
Right. I didn't know that.
But ask for a click, don't just settle because they put together. No, if you really want my business, you will make a clearer contract so we can have a clearer understanding.
Right.
Straight up.
And
You get what I'm
also,
saying?
when you go and also when you use a lawyer that the label recommends, that's a conflict of interest. People don't
So what?
understand that.
So what?
Yeah.
So what? So what? So we want my business, right? Nah, fair is fair. Fair
Right.
is fair. You can't go, see, that's the thing. They program you to be like, we gotta follow their rules. Nah, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the youngins, I respect how they doing it. They say, man, fuck them. That's why A Boogie and them living like how they living.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of independent artists, they're like, man, we ain't gonna do that bullshit, man. Fuck that. Nah, they ain't gonna do that, man. And I think nobody should continue to go through. We went through that generation before us went through too much, man. Like for this generation, next generation to go through that, man. Fuck their system, yo. Straight up. And I'm saying this, look, I was in a situation, right? This was when after the documentary won,
Right.
meetings galore, right? I still ain't rushed to sign them. Look, listen, the first win was September. It's going on a year now. I'm just now about to sign something. Think about it, right?
Right.
A certain person brought to me and pop attention, and they said, well, you have to structure like this because Hollywood. I said, nigga, fuck Hollywood. Who wants to go there? Who said I was going to Hollywood? Who said I wanted Hollywood?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I said, no, we create our own system so they can't adjust to what the fuck? Listen, there's options out there. Realize there's options. It's a whole world to play with. So the more there's the whole world to play with, that means that's people don't realize how many options and choices you have. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm from Jersey. That don't mean like, okay, the Jersey is gonna bite this first because it represents who we are. No, we all know how the hometown game go.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? I'm not gonna just stay tight in Jersey. Yes, after a certain period, we are gonna break out and bring Jersey to whatever a part of the world that embraces us. When I look at the analytics, I don't see Jersey first. You know what I see first lately? New York.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. It says New York, Cali, and it only show the top 5. New York, Cali, Texas. And I think it might say Atlanta or something like that.
I remember you was telling me that.
Yeah, real talk. So my point is though, like when they all right, here's the thing. In business, right? They so cliche when it comes to certain businesses. Like you don't have to. We have more information that teaches us we don't have to follow the norm structure that was slaving our pioneers.
Right.
So when they said to us, like they said, like they wanted to fund the project, right? And from the rip, that's why I rock with Pop. He said, man, we let them know them ain't getting straight up.
Yeah.
And you have a liaison who represents these top investors that might got money, but they think because they put a little bit of money behind a project that they're supposed to get a big chunk.
Right.
That structure doesn't work no more. Nobody's starving for your no. You know what I'm saying? Like if it require more time to get what we supposed to get, that's just what it is. You get what I'm saying? So people are negotiating better businesses now. People are cutting out the middlemen, and look, we as a culture are growing still because if we wasn't, the people that are selling BET wouldn't have threw another $1 billion on top of the offer. They're like, damn, they got it like that, damn. It ain't just Tyler Perry that was bidding for it. It was Tyler Perry, a couple other cats,
Yeah.
and that wasn't even the same. They weren't even on the same side as 50 and Shaq. 50 and Shaq was their own entity.
Right.
Diddy and Tyler Perry and Byron Allen was their own entity. So that's a few black entities that we knew about.
Yeah.
That included other. So it's like nah. So basically, it was a high. It was the chances were the chances. It was at least 90% from what it sounded like. At least a high percentage that blacks were about to own BET, and then they was like nah, 3 billion, and 50 said man fuck y'all, it ain't worth 3 billion
Right.
straight up. And I knew they were appalled. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
that's just what it is. So these youngers out here now, they get that like, man, all I need is to learn the business and have a strong team to eat, and that's it. And don't get robbed. That's
Right.
it. 'Cause they be robbing, man. They be robbing. So
Yo, this was a great live stream. One of my favorites already. Thank you, Ray, for coming through, and Raka
yeah.
Bash and Reg. We got to do this again more often. I already got an idea in mind, to bring y'all back if y'all available. I know Raka, he's busy also. Before we leave, please tell everybody what y'all got coming up, and let them know where they can follow you at.
Oh, you go. I mean, I know whoever want to go first.
Raka.
All right. Well, on September 16th, I'm participating in a fundraiser to uh, raise money for an organization called NAMI, which stands for National Association of Mental Illness. And what that is NAMI is an organization in Michigan that provides free services to people that suffer from mental illness, maybe addiction. So it's the goal is to provide free uh, services like counseling, therapy, um, professional workshops. So on September 16th, we're going to do a walk starting from Wednesday University to downtown Detroit. And there's a link in my Instagram bio. It's at RAKABASH. If you would like to donate, it would be greatly appreciated. And this cause means a lot because I've had people that suffer from mental illness and still suffer from mental illness and other issues. So that's where my priority is right now. And thank you to Triborough for inviting me to, talk about hip hop. That's my favorite pastime. And shout out to Ray. I've had the pleasure of looking at his documentary, and I love every time I speak to him. I learn more about Jersey and hip hop in Jersey and New York, and just learning you know the cultural circumstances around hip hop at that in the 80s, 90s, and so forth.
Right.
And it's a pleasure talking to you guys.
Appreciate it, man. Anytime.
Word. Same here, brother. Same here. Listen, but one shout out to Triborough for having me on here as well.
I'm done.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all two of the people that within this past year, I've learned as well. I like to speak to people about people that I learn from. It's one thing like me being somewhere and I can like win a debate. You know what I'm saying? But I get that energy, believe it or not, from y'all, like the knowledge and everything. You get what I'm saying?
Thanks.
So I definitely want to commend y'all on that. Also, I also look out for the documentaries called "You Gotta Respect the Legends of Hip Hop Legacy." Part one and part two is based on how hip is. Part one and part two is Jersey's impact. Part one and part two. Part one is fortunately we won best documentary. It's basically about how hip hop influenced Jersey, and in return, how Jersey has made an impact on hip hop. All right. It features the legends such as Naughty by Nature, Redman, Joe Button, Lords of the Underground, Rod Digger. Um, the list goes on. And it was originally documented in 2006 to 2010, put in a time capsule, took out uh 2020, so it was in a time capsule for at least 10 years, put in production 2021, 2022, uh, film festivals, and here we are today. Part three is currently in production right now as we speak. We at the last stages of it, whatever,
Yeah.
and we will have it on platforms very soon. The ink is not dry yet, but now I can say days away. So look out for it somewhere in October for the official launch.
Oh,
Follow You Gotta Respect the Legends of Hip Hop on Instagram and of course YouTube clips as well. And we will have more, we're going to just give you more of that raw, gritty style, creative history, visual documentation of hip hop. That's how we come.
yeah.
So
I definitely want to check that documentary out, man. Because from what I've seen with the little thing you did with the what do you call it, like
metaverse,
the metaverse or something?
metaverse, yeah.
Yeah, that was groundbreaking, and I think hip hop needs more creative outlets like that. And I appreciate it that you
Oh
even gave me the invite. So
yeah, we're gonna bring it back to the metaverse. We're gonna bring some back to the metaverse. Um, part three, we're gonna have being that part three is close to being done. We're gonna have a screening for that, but not so much as film festival because we already did a film festival
right,
already. So by the time the next one comes around, we'll be on uh another chapter basically.
cool.
But however, we're looking forward to it being on that platform. Not gonna say the name yet, but but I mean literally, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're waiting for the lawyer to finish, that last review,
Right.
and we almost at a green light. So as soon as the green light hit, we're gonna announce.
So
We're gonna announce what platform is going to be on and the actual release date. It's gonna be a release date.
okay.
And listen, I hope I appreciate everyone that has enjoyed this project and that's supporting it. And I hope the rest of the world will do the same.
Yeah.
And if anyone with suggestions that who they would like to see being documented, listen, feel free to reach out and we can see we can see if we can make it happen if we didn't already. Because
Right.
actually, more in the chamber is more bullets in the chamber than the bullets that's been shot.
So
If that makes sense.
I can't wait to see all of that, man. Like definitely, I love documentaries for this culture, and it's more of them are needed. So
Oh,
Wait a
by
minute,
the
you see part one, right? Y'all both seen part one, right?
no, I haven't seen the full one. I've seen clips. I haven't seen the full documentary.
How about you, Rock?
was that the one in the metaverse that I saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did then.
I was
You,
I was there, and I saw that one.
you saw the whole thing, or you saw pieces?
I saw the whole thing when I was in the metaverse.
And how about you, Rock?
Same thing.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
But
Okay,
it's
okay.
different. Like when I want to see it like on my flat screen. I want to be able to see it on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. Now it's different. Yeah. What about y'all didn't see part two yet, right?
Nah, I didn't see what two.
Nah, me neither.
All right, all right, all right. I'll make something happen for y'all for part two. Make that part two. Part two, I get confused because sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I like part two better. Sometimes and then sometimes like my mom says she like part two better. My mom,
Yeah, that's dope.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So,
I forgot to mention,
That's
like
it.
when we was talking about battle rap, how
mhm.
can we forget the biggest star, the biggest battle rapper from Jersey? Like, are you going to are you do a profile on Sue Surf in one
Now
in,
I did say
in the
free Sue
future?
Surf. I did say free Sue Surf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said him. Yo, believe it or not, man, here's the thing. Some rappers, three rappers we try to get, and some haven't. We was in the process of actually getting Sue Surf on the documentary. He got locked up. We had set up for Fetty Wap. he went in. I didn't know he had to go in that soon. And one other rapper that was set up for an interview, rest in peace, Team One of the Artifacts.
Yeah.
He died. Unfortunately, he passed away. So, you know, sometimes it's like the timing is just not on our side. One person that we're trying to get right now to really wrap up part 3. If not, he has to be on part 4. Trying to get PRT. We're waiting for them. We've been reaching out to them. We were trying to get PRT.
Nice.
Because I don't want, because that's another side of Jersey.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's a whole righteous. It's another side of Jersey, right? Because you know, again, you know, regions. How can I say? Regions will have a debate if the region is not represented on certain platforms. So I don't want people to think I'm just being biased on the north side of Jersey opposed to the south side of Jersey, because you know, south side is Trenton, and you know, PRT and you know, the legacies over there. You know, so I definitely because before we had Naughty, we had PRT straight up. Before we had Tretch, we had Wise Intelligent, and he was ripping it straight up. He was ripping. You get what I'm saying? So that was the ill 3-man trio. With the illest trio before Naughty was PRT.
Right.
You know, so I definitely if they seen this, or you know, definitely.
I think that's one of the great things about the documentary is seeing geographically just how certain neighborhoods are and how the music scenes in each neighborhood is distinct, but overall they make up, you know, this incredible music scene that make up every hood.
Yeah.
You know, like when you just mentioned Trenton, like New Jersey Twerk, the battle rapper, you know, new school, and then, you know, Wise, Intelligent, poor righteous teachers from the 80s. So I just like it just makes me think how the generation divide, it's, you know, there's so much that has happened since the 80s and just how much it has grown since then. It's incredible.
It has, and with this documentary too, I make it. We make sure we make it attractive to the next generation, so they can pass it on to the next generation, and it's a crash course to learn information and education about the past situation. Not trying to be barred, it just came out like that. You know what I'm saying? It just came out like that. So
Down to
like I said,
Marco.
it's and it is not, and you're learning something like they're speaking things that it's a raw, greedy form, and they're speaking things that need to be heard. You know, the things that they say, the advice that they give. You know, so it's more along the lines of edutainment, as Kara's one would say. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm gonna say this. It's my first time saying this on camera. It is what it is, because I'm gonna say it's gonna be on part 3 anyway. And I gotta keep 100. I gotta keep 100 with y'all. Part 3, I missed my shot of having the teacher.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna tell you why. Newark had a Lincoln Park Festival. 50 years of hip hop.
Right.
Y'all was there live. I had y'all live on IG last year when I was taping, right? Y'all remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Y'all both remember, right? I'm backstage taping it, right?
Right.
I go back this year. My camera guy's there. I'm getting, you know, the wristband. I ain't gonna say no names, but you know, the scene already made. She walks up to the desk like, "Who is this guy?" I say, "Hey, I'm Ray Landski from You Gotta Respect Documentary. You know, And you know, we're the ones that had documentary, you know, Jersey hip hop.
Right.
We won for X, Y, Z. I'm explaining myself, you know, with a smile. I'm happy to be there.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Are you trying to take away from what we're documenting from the festival?"
Yeah,
I
you
said,
told me the story. Yeah, I
"No,
remember.
no. I'm saying it now.
Okay.
I told you privately, but I'm saying it now."
Okay.
She says, "Are you trying to take away?" I'm like, "Not at all. No, just so happens that the same people
Mm-hmm.
who had been documented happen to be here.
Right.
That's all. I'm just showing love, if anything." Asked me who. I said, "Listen, you can call my guy. Call my guy up, whatever." Confusing because she says something different, whatever. Would you do this at Coachella? She didn't tell me what she was supposed to say, but fast forward, would you do this at Coachella? Actually, I've never been to Coachella. Hey, did you do this at Rolling Loud? I've never been to Rolling Loud, but I've been to certain concerts, and I've been
Right.
doing this at concerts since 2006. And you know, because I'm doing something positive, you know, with my documentary, I'm usually granted access to backstage because I'm just, you know, doing something positive.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. Get him out of here and have police escort me out.
Crazy.
Damn.
That's right. Damn. So yeah. So, you know, when there's a way, there's a way. So we set up shop outside the venue. We got a couple interviews. Still didn't get the teacher, but it was all good. I thought, and the people back there, they wondering where I'm at because they expected me to be there. Certain rappers, certain people, you know.
Right.
They're like, "Yo, where Ray at?" You know what I'm saying? I thought I saw him on the street. Whatever. You get what I'm saying? Why he not back here? And people usually work back there. They expected me. And a good friend of mine, they that witnessed what happened. They told him whatever. So it got political. And the sad thing, the sad thing, y'all. My God told me, "Ray, you know who that lady is." I said, "I do." "Yeah, she know who you are." "She does."
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, because we spoke at your screening, all three of us. And we told her we were going to be down there." She said, "I'm looking forward to it." So I don't know if they, you know, maybe she had a bad day. I heard she spazzed out on everybody. And
Wow.
I got the worst hit.
Right.
So it's all good because I'm not going to take it personal. I ain't ranting. I'm just saying what happened.
Right.
But, you know, I'm not going to aim for revenge or nothing because I know after a while I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to forget about it.
Yeah.
It is what it is, you know. But,
Just a small setback.
Yeah.
now I ain't a setback.
That happened to me last year. That happened to me. I went to see there was a hip hop show in Coney Island, and they had Black Sheep, Smooth and Wesson, Brand Nubian. I met Lord Jamar in person. Like I shook his hand and everything. I'm getting ready to take a picture with him, and then he says no pictures. But he took a picture right next to me with somebody else. That's a has a platform on Instagram. And I'm like, yo, like I wanted that picture to show people, like, yo, I met a legend, Lord Jamar, and he was like, no pictures. So
Damn.
it happens.
Hey, yo, why you didn't tell me?
I didn't. Well, I mean,
I couldn't make it happen
I
for
said
you,
it
bro.
on another platform though. But
That's
I
my
mean,
cousin, bro. I can make that happen for you.
I didn't even know. Like I posted up like the videos of this. I always post up videos of shows I go to. And
Bro, that's my cousin, bro.
Year.
Bro, that's my cousin. I called him up, make that happen for you.
I didn't even know, man.
Nah, I ain't. I'm just fucking with Jay, my cousin.
Oh man.
Nah. But damn, that's shocking. I don't think
I shook his hand. I'm like, yo, great show, Jamal. And as soon as I'm getting ready to take the picture, he's like, no pictures. But he took a picture with somebody else next to me.
You know what's crazy though, bro? That kind of happened with me and Nas.
Oh man,
2015. Not but Nas didn't front. Nah, Nas wasn't fronting.
Right.
Nas, I'm like, yo, this was 2015 at the Best Dressed movie premiere.
Mm-hmm.
That documentary, I was there.
I saw that. I remember that.
Right. Me and my guy Ben was the most unpopular guys in that building. Everybody was celebrity except us. Right. My beard was like this back then. I had a heavy beard, so you know I was either from Newark or Philly, right?
Right.
And at the time, less than a year prior, I had y'all know I'm a barber. Y'all know I'm a barber. Y'all know I'm also a barber artist.
Right.
I cut Illmatic in someone's head.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like the actual word? The actual word Illmatic?
No, the cover.
Oh, the cover.
The face.
Oh,
the baby
I don't
face.
think I've seen that picture.
I'm gonna send it to you. The baby.
Including the street background.
I have no room. No.
40 blocks, right?
A little bit.
He didn't have enough here for the 40 blocks.
Because it's the way it's designed. Like I did a lot. I did Naughty, Tribe Called Quest, Prodigy in my beat. I don't know if y'all saw that when he died. I put the face look just like Prodigy looking at you.
I didn't see that one.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
But Def
I haven't
Jam
seen it
logo,
either.
DMX logo. I'm gonna send it to y'all. So check it. So next thing you know, I said, yo, Nas, I'm the one that did Illmatic, cut Illmatic in someone's head. He said, yo, that's what's up. I said, yo, you mind take a picture? He said, no doubt, let's do it. So I gave a security guard the camera, the wrong pro. I should give my boy the camera. I gave him the phone to take a picture. He snatched. And I was like, yo, we gotta go.
Oh man.
And it wasn't not a security guard. First of all, it wasn't not a security guard. It was security for the venue. Okay. And we keep 1,000. He was shook. He was shook because the beers and we were nobodies.
Right.
We wasn't supposed to be in there. We got in there because of Willie Esco. Because Willie Esco was from my hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Designer?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes, Willie Esco. He went to he went to high school with people from my way. He's not from my actual he's living on my block. He's not from my projects, but he's from the area.
Wow.
And you know, me and him been cool for years, and he's, you know, I still cut his son. His son still gets a cut at my shop. You get what I'm saying? So
I always wonder what happened to him.
Nah, Willie Esco doing his thing. Actually, Willie Esco, he did business under many different brands. That's what things fashion designers do. They're like he did the Machiavelli brand. That was him.
I remember that. Okay.
A lot of other name brands. The new Coogee. Yeah. He list goes on with him. Wow. But the thing is, security was kind of shook. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we were nobodies. Yo, when I mean everybody was somebody in that building, for like a celebrity or work for the entertainment business. You had Jada, you had Nas, you had the reality show people like Black Ink and all of them was there. That's when Black Ink was on fire. You know what I'm saying? Homer and all them. We nobodies.
Right.
I was just back then. I was just it was no I wasn't known for content. I was only known for
barber.
I was well known for my barbering. I used to be on the barber platforms, highlighting on Barbershop Connect and barber battles.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like I used to bring that Jersey energy to New York and Connecticut and Delaware and Philly. You know what I'm saying? Tear their asses apart. You know what I'm saying? The barber battles. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but it was fun. So I can relate. You know what I'm saying? I can relate.
But I did get my picture with Evil D, thank God, because I was like, yo, if he reject this, then I'm not gonna ask nobody no more for a picture. So
was that at the latest one with Buckshot and them?
Yeah, Kane and Rakim, they were headlining, and then I think Boot Camp was like a surprise guest. They came out. You had Crazy Legs, the breakdancer. He was there.
Yeah.
That was a crazy show. That show was one of the best too.
Yeah, I love Boot Camp Click, man. Like, you know. So then another one is to me that, yo, I don't care if Black Moon only made that one album. You know they made more. Facts. But yo, I love Into the Stage. Yeah. I love The Shining.
Yep.
I love Helter Skelter.
Nocturnal.
I love Nocturnal.
OGC.
I like Nocturnal more than The Shining, only by a slight hair.
Yeah.
Now I listen. I can't argue with that one. Straight up, I wish they had, you know, like they were Sean Price when, you know, he was, you know, rest in peace Sean Price.
Yeah.
You could tell Sean Price was like, you break down his influence.
Mm-hmm.
One of his influences was Redman.
Yeah.
You could tell. You know, so
he was comedic at times in his bars.
Yeah. Because Redman had that comedy in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, like Redman is Slick Rick, KRS One, sprinkle a bit of market, character wise.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
On a song like Therapy, like he's injecting humor in the serious subject, like
Facts.
You know, Therapy. You know, like he can kind of put the the candy, and the medicine.
Right. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I'm just moving over here.
Okay.
I'm just moving to this. I saw. Hold up.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
the thing is, like,
mhm.
Evil D was real approachable. Like, he was walking by himself, no security, no nothing. He was like walking to like some like little restaurant. And me and my homie, shout out to Jalen, hip hop soul Jalen, and we just asked him, and he said sure. And I'm like, yo, I shook his hand. I was like, I'm a fan of you and Mr. Walt. Love your beats, and he took a picture with both of us. So that was dope. That was dope to finally meet a legend like Evil D, and shout out to Beat Miners. And
What about Drew? What about Juha?
I didn't see Drew Hardy. I didn't see him at the show. If he was there, he might have been like on the side of the stage, because there were like a lot of people for like when King came out, he had like an entourage by the stage and boot camp. But I didn't see Drew Hardy. I never met Drew Hardy in person.
Yeah, Juha started the movement.
Yeah.
With him and Buckshot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They definitely started that movement.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Definitely.
yeah, fellas, man, I ain't gonna lie. My wife about to kill me.
All right. Do your thing, bro. I'm about to end it. Shout out to everybody that showed up. Sam, Dartmouth, ZRL, Uptown. I never saw you before, but shout out to you. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to 80s and 90s hip hop. We 500K away from 1 million. So
Shit.
shout out to the whole team. I want to have Raka Bash on. I don't think he's ever been on the platform, but I definitely want to have Ray on back on the platform, and we always talk about it. So I gotta definitely have you guys on the platform. Shout out to the whole team, Jamar and Quay, Kevy, Lee Boy, Matt, King Prime, Be Poetic. Shout out to the whole team over there. Subscribe to the channel. I will be going live more. I'm planning on dropping 40 videos, 10 videos for the next the last couple of months. So shout out, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share. Let me know, for people that's watching, your favorite Redman album and least favorite Redman album. So this was fun, guys. I appreciate you all.
Yeah, you got it, brother. Listen, shout out to Redman, man. Listen,
Shout out to Redman.
you definitely.
Yeah, man.
Long live the Funk Doc.
Long live Funk Doc. Peace.
You got it. Peace.